All right, what's up, everybody? It's Open Comms. It's Friday. We got a full house, lots of peeps. So I'm just to say everyone's here, but guests we got Dominart joining us and Miranda Lorian. How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Super bueno.
All right. How's everyone in
All
their
right, what?
in their
All right, what?
isolation?
That's,
All
that's
right.
the
So
introduction
last
tonight
week,
is.
I bought a
Hi,
Nintendo
everybody.
Switch. No,
Okay,
fuck
what?
you. I bought a Nintendo Switch, but I'm playing it like an Eve player and I'm stealing everyone's fruit. So fuck
Well,
you.
that's what you
tweet
got.
out your
Are you-
fucking dodo.
You just told us we
So,
weren't supposed to tell people,
Rain,
and Rain, then you were.
Rain, you realize that
No, fucking
you are
fuck you, Dennis.
trolling.
Tell people, 'cause you wanna
All
know.
you're doing is trolling 10-year-old boys and
No,
like
'cause I can
30-year-old
check-
No.
I can
thoughts.
check their Twitter
like
profiles.
Twitch
and I make it
people.
From
all
what I've
fucking
seen,
weird-ass
everybody
adults.
playing Animal Crossing is in like their 30s and 40s.
But
Yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
female and they're all on Twitch wearing very little clothing. That's the only
What do you
streaming that
have
I
against
see.
No.
women
of
on
this
Twitch
game.
wearing very little clothing?
But that's what because it pops up in my feed.
You know,
Because
your
I'm a
feed
man.
is
I still
kinda-
feel
you
to
know,
see how
like
that's a
the
bad
content
thing.
And I look at
channels
it.
Are you
based on your
are you a
search history, Chris.
wholesome Christian male and you don't appreciate nude
Guys,
women?
I told you before.
He's got a
I
heart of
gave up
gold.
porn for Lent. This is all I get.
That's why he's so mad.
That's all I get
Jacking
to see.
off
It's all that-
fucking nip
all that
slips on
Not
your
even
dick.
now,
Pent
just
up
looking.
rage. He's got blue balls.
It sucks. Like another week, and then I can go back to being human. This is awful.
Oh my god.
Okay, anyway,
He's
back
just,
to
he's
you.
gonna lock himself in the
Yeah,
bathroom
that was
for
a
a
really
day.
weird start to this show right now.
What anyone's a bad start. We're just talking. Hi guys. Hey, there was Eve shit this week. We should talk about that.
Oh, was there?
There was some kind
Maybe
of video
Trader
or
should kick
something
it
that
off with the
Ray
biggest
Ray
news
didn't
this
like.
week.
Yeah,
Hmm.
we do have that, but I just want to call a shot real quick here in the beginning. I was trying to like get over to Drayden to tell him, but then I lost my Zoom. But I am still on Zoom, right?
Yeah, I got you on Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know where the hell the there. Nope, that's not it. Anyways, I want to do a shot to Sikander, who lost his dad this
Right.
past week.
Yep.
Not due to the Rona, but just want to give a shout out to him and recognize that Sikander is a good friend of the show. So, and a lot of you probably out there know him and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, this to you, Sikander. God bless.
Yep, shots.
Anders, my boy.
So, anyways, there you go. Now jump into whatever.
Okay. I was just fixing people's volumes. Do we want to just
Derek,
roll out
my
the?
wife would like to thank you for changing the subject from my Lenten discipline. So there you go.
This is the lentiest lent I ever lented.
Right. You know, I should have said I can give up everything else. I gave up going outside my house for a month. There you go, for 40 days. So there you go.
God's telling
All right.
everybody you didn't give up the right thing. I meant for you to stay home.
Stay the F home.
Did we want to just roll out the trailer right away and then we can just get into talking
I
about
don't
it?
even know. Was that? No.
I mean, we can do that. I think
there are
I think
some smaller
could-
things
we
that we can just go
Talk
over.
about the smaller
There's-
stuff first, and then
Well, I
get
mean,
drunk
there's
and
a
then yell
small
at each
thing,
other about
okay.
the trailer.
there's
Somebody,
one small
somebody,
thing that we need
somebody
to talk
won
about.
a thing that nobody cared about.
Hey,
There
wait,
was a
wait.
very
Snuffed
They
out.
did a,
Can I-
did
can
a
I
Clear
call a
Skies
shot
marathon
too?
last weekend.
Can I call a shot
Oh.
too?
The doubles.
Shots to everyone who would normally be at FanFest right now, but isn't and can't
Right?
because of the
We should be
coronavirus.
drinking.
I fucking miss
in
all your
Reykjavik
faces.
right
I
now,
would be
guys.
seeing tons of people. I probably
should
be
be
seeing
drinking
Brisker in
together.
real life right now.
I would be, and we'd be sitting out hanging at the
Cheers.
bar. It's 1 a.m. We'd definitely be out still.
We could
Mhm.
have wrapped that into the thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Getting back from the pub crawl. No, I wanted to give that shout out first because it fucking sucks for a lot of us right now. We
Does
can
it?
all get into like, yeah, it fucking sucks,
Yeah, it
dude.
does. It's
haven't
supposed to be
seen
my
yours.
first event.
I
my
would
first
much
Eve
rather
event.
be in
Yeah.
Iceland than being stuck in my house. But I'll tell you this: I want to bring up one major subject that you guys have all ignored to this point, and that is the fact that Dirk has facial hair. Like
What? I
I
thought his
didn't
face
think
was
it was
dirty.
possible
does.
for him to. I've heard so many stories about his inability to grow a beard. That's
No.
respectable.
No,
Looks good.
inability to connect.
But
over
it's
at the corners
connected.
of my
That's
mouth.
respectable.
No, it's been connected now for a good week and a half.
He used an eyebrow pencil.
No, it's been connected. But, man, there's so much goddamn gray in it.
Paint
Plus,
your bald
it's just
spot?
I don't know. I'm past the itchy part, but I still think I want to like. I think
No,
tonight,
you got.
think
I like
tonight's
the
it.
gray. The gray down there is good. It reminds me of Ted Cruz. You got a Ted Cruz
Oh,
gray thing
yeah,
going
so
on. There you go.
That's exactly what I'm trying to get the hotties with.
The Googles are awesome. They are awful.
But yeah, no,
All right,
I'm.
so-
Yeah, I think this might be the end of it tonight. I was, or I may do something fucked up with
Is-
it for
is it
next
too-
week or something.
Shave
do like a
on
Fu Manchu,
stream.
that'd be
Just-
awesome.
Do you have an electric razor? Just
No, dude, I don't have an electric
Dude.
razor.
do it on stream.
Why do you sound so offended at the thought of having an electric razor?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I would
that
be
was a little
offended
weird.
by
I just
that.
never dug on them. I just thought they were
I've
just
tried
kind
to
of
use
They
one
don't
things.
before,
work.
and it
They're
just.
they're
junk.
good if you just need a quick shave. Like,
I don't even think
Yeah,
that.
it
Maybe I just
does-
had a shitty one because there's. I
but
was
if
sitting
you,
there.
I mean, if you want a real shave, you use a
I love
razor.
that kitty tail, Drayden.
They're
Oh, yeah.
they're junk.
It looks like there's like a worm on you.
I almost said horrendous, but horrendous. Yes, I did hear that Tito's is going to be making hand sanitizer like 2 weeks
You
ago.
need to get that.
I think they came out with that. Which, and here's the thing. I don't think we actually talked about it at the time, but is anybody going to, like, if you could get your hands on a little thing, especially for us, right? If we could get our hands on a little thing of Tito's hand sanitizer, which is probably only going to be handed out to Texans who are like going
gonna
to
be
church and a
limited
gun
edition.
shop or something. Okay. It's like, would you use it? Or would you just be like, fuck, I'm going to put this right next to my Dirk's Tito's bottle over there.
So you have to buy two, one to use and one to keep on the shelf.
You know
got-
what I could
yeah,
do?
exactly.
I could
You
just
have
fill
to
it
have
up
You're
with
right,
You
yeah,
can
Tito's
use
and
it
then
and
like
just keep the bottle. Like
Yeah,
they
that-
I
now
could
that
use
makes
Or
it,
you
me
can
laugh.
just
fill it with
drink it.
Tito's and put it off to the side. But then
How many of
I
you
would have
guys
broken the
drank?
seal.
How many of you guys drank the Tito's that I got you for at Vegas?
I did.
Drayden drank his.
Just
I was told that I was
Drayden drank
supposed to.
his.
I
Drayden
was
drank
Well, I
told.
hers.
technically didn't drink it. I had to dump it
I
because
still-
I could add too much
Oh.
weight in my suitcase.
Oh no!
Why
You
are
should have just
telling people that?
chugged the whole bottle, Rain.
Before my flight.
Yeah.
Right before you
Oh,
get on the
poured
plane.
your shit?
I had to. It was way too much. I brought
Yeah.
way too many dresses and shoes. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
should have just
get
chugged
it.
the whole bottle and then just told the flight attendants, like, just
Rain, are
remember
you
you
trolling?
asked for this.
No, I couldn't carry
Just
them.
wear like
serious?
4
You just
dresses
dumped
at
it?
the same time.
If this were later
I
in the
could've
show,
done
I'd
that.
have a rant, but right now I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
sorry.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
No, I kept the
To be
bottle,
fair,
but I kept the bottle, but I was told.
the bottle.
Yeah, no, I kept the bottle, but I was told to
All
drink
right,
the
he still
booze
has
out
the
of
bottle.
it.
She still has the
So,
bottle. That's good. All
yeah,
right.
mine's in here somewhere.
Jesus.
You could have just shipped it home.
Yeah, my
Rain.
bottle's right there.
I don't think you could. I don't think you could
There was
see
shit-
it
There
very
you
well.
go. Very
Yeah.
There was
nice.
shit in your suitcase that you could have gotten at any TJ Maxx or like, Target or whatever.
No, they don't have my
Th-
size.
This is not, that was not the
What do you
thing
mean they
to,
don't
like,
have your
sacrifice.
size?
You
You're a
do,
normal.
you're a
You're a
normal
normal
size
size
person.
Oh
human
my god,
being.
we're not getting into women's clothing and how to get fitted shit right now.
I think, Rain, that is like the most bullshit excuse I've ever heard. You are normal look. You are the
I'm not
normal
gonna
size
lie.
I
woman.
am.
I agree
but-
with them.
Really? No, because I have to
Come
buy
on.
one pair of jeans that is a certain style because otherwup they don't fit properly. And I've grew up
Mom?
my entire
Mom
Define
jeans
fit
are not
Do
a
you
properly.
style,
got,
girl.
do you got
No.
like a big old booty?
I do. I have a small waist and large hips. So therefore, I either get something that fits my hips or get something that fits my waist and not my
Because
hips.
there's no
I feel
way
that.
anyone would make jeans for a chick with an hourglass shape because that's never
I
fucking happened.
know
You'd
because
be
they make them for
surprised.
models
God.
who are fucking
Yeah.
planks. So therefore, in order to find an appropriate amount of jeans, I find one and then I buy
Big ol'
1,000 of that fucking pair.
I'm,
and I
I'm gonna say that
continuously
too.
buy 'em.
I got a small waist, but big hips.
There you go. There you go.
My mama just says
Dirk
I'm
can't-
big boned.
Dirk can't find those ass hugging jeans he
You
needs
got
to
the
wear.
Dirk, are you
badonk,
calling
the
Rain
badonk
fat?
donk.
No, I'm just like,
I
But-
have a
but
nice
Dirk a Dirk.
ass, okay? And anyone who's
Dirk a
seen
Dirk.
me in my jeans will vouch for that. So y'all can talk shit, but my jeans look good, and therefore I cannot
Alright.
throw them off my fucking suitcase in Vegas.
Well, throw off something else. Throw off a pair of shoes. You don't need a pair of shoes.
No,
that's right. Dirk is thick.
Dirk
yo.
is dummy thick, dude.
I have
Dirk
to
is
get-
dummy thick.
I have to order all my pants online because you
You're
go. This is
too
even,
tall.
Too
even,
tall, dude.
even
You're
stores
like-
that
like-
Raiden,
yeah, even stores
fuck.
that have a quote unquote big and tall section, they'll have like 3 pairs of jeans that are length 36, which is what I need, and
Whenever- I was
the
about to
chances
say,
that any of those are going to be the
36.
same waist size I need is never. Like,
Whenever I find a pair of pants that fit, I wear them until they fall apart because
Yeah,
I know
that's
the
like,
thing, too.
I,
Well,
I
that's
won't
what you
I
get for
won't find
buying
another
Mormon
pair.
pants.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Mormon
The,
pants.
You get
the
like
problem
one,
is
you have one pair of jeans and you try not to tell anyone so that they don't notice that you're wearing the same thing every day.
yeah.
the problem is for me at least. I don't know about if this is true for Dirk or Drayden because you guys are pretty big.
Drayden's
All the
not
big and tall
We're
stores,
tall, man. We're
the
tall.
big and tall
I gotta
stores,
go.
they all expect everyone who is big is a midget, and everybody who is tall is a beanpole. So trying to find like I am a large man in all of my dimensions, can I get a fucking pair
In
of
all of
pants?
them?
And it doesn't work.
No, they don't. Like
No.
the ones I
No,
find are they make them
He only
bigger,
needs a
but
small zipper, but
no, they make them bigger. But the thing is, like, if I
Smartass.
finally find a length that's 36, the waist is always like 58. It's like, okay, come on, like. Can I get a 38, 36 anywhere? They don't
Come on,
exist.
Nobody needs a 58.
I'm trying to imagine what that would look like.
I don't
Imagine
that,
that's a
I mean, yeah,
Roblox
that
character.
would
Those people
would
are
be like
gigantic.
Andre the
gigantic.
It's
Giant.
fucking terrifying.
All right,
But,
Quam
yeah,
in
anyway.
chat has been trying to link the fact that Eve New Orleans has changed its date to August for a while. We'll get to that
Hold
later
on.
in the
We're
show.
gonna get to that, but we're gonna
We'll
get
to
it
that,
later.
but I'm just pointing it out.
We're gonna wait
All
for
right.
we're gonna wait for Dirk to get nice and drunk so he can rant about it.
Yeah.
privately.
Time out, time out, time out, time.
Yeah.
Time
Yeah,
out,
Hold
time
up,
on.
time out.
We're
Hold up,
pushing that
time out.
off until the second hour.
Hold up, time out.
This might be after show shit. We don't know yet.
This
Could
may
be.
So
go
the
to
big
after
news this
show.
week. Excuse me, besides me on it.
Obviously, it was exciting.
Yeah, it must have
was.
been thrilling.
Sounds thrilling.
Totally
Huge
thrilling.
news.
The big news this week was they finally released the second quadrant trailer on, what was it, Wednesday? I don't know even what days of the
Thursday.
week it is. It was a Thursday? Yesterday.
Thursday, bro.
They did it yesterday.
Morning.
And everybody was going crazy about this potential trailer because it had stuff in it that we saw little bits of in the Pulse video last week, and we're all excited about it. So why don't you roll the video, Drayden, so everybody can see it, and then we can
All right.
talk
Yes,
about it.
play this Vegas trailer.
Play-
Fuck. All right, so I'll probably just mute TeamSpeak so you guys can keep talking, and then we won't come over the video, and then I'll just
Want us to
roll it.
annotate over it. That'd be fantastic.
We could do that too, but it'll be delayed. It's fine. We can do whatever.
No,
Fuck
that's
it.
all right. I'm joking.
We'll do it live.
For everybody that says, oh, I'm sure everybody's seen it already, no, my wife has not seen it yet, so she has to see it.
It'd be really nice if when CCP was streaming, we could have watched the Twitch or the YouTube video on Twitch, but so we had to go through
Weird.
like 3 different links, and it was kind of frustrating.
Yeah, I mean,
just
most
want
people
every-
probably see it.
I
by
want
now, but
everybody
it's
to
short.
keep their eye out for something, okay? And it's early in the video. It is this lone person walking out on this ice plant. That's not how you're supposed to, isolate people, okay? I know that, some people think if I just walk alone out into the wilderness, that's not what we meant.
Well, they're isolating.
What, you don't think that's
she's,
self-isolation
she's,
enough?
she's practicing social distancing.
That is, she's got a
Yeah,
mask
it's a-
on,
it's
sir.
a, it's a, it's a
She's-
little.
Yeah,
uh,
she has a
a lady.
mask.
got the mask.
She
I
has
get
gloves
that.
on.
She's
perfectly
following all the
fine.
rules.
She's
Just
at
saying,
least
it's also-
6 feet
it's
away
also
from
how
anybody
you,
else.
It's also how you avoid corona but end up in the cold. So just don't do that. Don't follow their directions.
It
David,
probably
thanks
gets
for
really
the Prime
humid in those
subscription.
masks.
All right, I'm gonna roll it.
Roll it.
Through the mist,
can't
I saw a figure
find the
emerge,
Are we muted?
and with it, a darkness advanced, devouring and reshaping. And as the sunlight cast its final, everlasting shadow, I felt a chill rise from the abyss and eclipse the world.
All right,
There
we're
you
back.
go. There you go. There's the
Yay.
video.
Wow,
I'm gonna
so
do a shot
glad
right
I
now.
did not-
It is a mix.
I'm s-
It is
I,
a mix.
I'm
It is
Shots
a
not going to
it is a
Iceland
mixed
that-
shot of Fireball and Tito's.
Why?
That sounds awful.
He wants
It
to
does
rant
sound
later.
awful.
No,
Oh.
it really is quite good. I'm not gonna fucking lie. Okay, it is a
Is it half and half?
Tito's
If you like
Fireball
that cinnamon
Fireball
nasty
cocktail.
shit.
And this goes out to the art team,
Yes.
and Zon 3 and people like that
Yes.
that put these kind of trailers together. No matter what you think of kind of what the content means or anything like that, which we'll get into in a little bit here, not much, but like in a little bit. Honestly, if you just watch it for the graphical, Eve is a really beautiful
It
place,
looks
especially when the
pretty.
cinematographers get to it. So
Yeah.
here's
It is a
some-
very pretty
It's very
trailer. I
pretty,
will say
Good.
that.
But
It's beautiful.
You want some fuck?
You do it good.
And
It's
I've been
fucking smooth, by the way.
I've
I'm not
been
gonna lie.
practicing some 3D animation
not.
lately, and that shit is not easy. So to put something like that together, I can say with some authority that it took a lot of work, and it looks really nice.
And it's not made with Team Fortress 2 characters.
Right, but
Half-Life 2, I thought.
hey,
No.
Tetsuo, thanks for the bits. But yeah.
Those
I'm
big
just
old
really
bitties.
glad I didn't go to Iceland to see that, because if they were like, guys, we have a new
If-
trailer, I'd be
if
like,
Thank you for
that-
that, Tetzel.
if that was the trailer that was planned to be shown at FanFest,
Yikes.
yikes,
Well,
big
okay,
yikes.
All right,
Unless they're
all
playing
right,
a pumping
all right.
nitrous into the
So what's
stadium
what's
for
the?
a
I
certain
mean,
day.
And let-
beyond the
and let-
fact that there's nothing in there that is obvious, what is wrong with it?
There's two things. There's two
It's-
things
there's
that
nothing.
are obvious. There's two things that are obvious.
Okay.
The Upwell ship that shoots the chain lightning laser.
which
and
is
the
a
gates-
Doomsday
Right.
from a Keepstar. Similar
Right.
effect.
So they've reverse engineered that to fit onto a ship. Okay, so we know that. Second thing is gates getting shut off. That's two things that we know for sure. Or what are we doing here? What is going on? Those are the two things that we know for sure. Everything else is lore stuff, which I know there's a whole bunch of people out in the Eve community who are into the lore. And
No,
they were
they're
on
not.
Talking and
There's three
There's-
of them.
And we
all
also
on
know
the
the
PlayStation.
Avatar.
Okay,
There's four
so-
of them
so
on
there's-
the show.
I-
Any of
so
the roleplay
there's
community? Shut the
three
fuck up,
yeah
Rich.
there's three people who are very vocal about being into the lore. Anyway,
Brain, what do you mean the
No.
role play community?
There's
You mean the guys
Anyone
that sit
who's
in
in
the guys
any
that
of
sit in
the
Jita and
roleplay
have
alliances
like
Yeah.
cyber sex
are
with each other,
fucking-
pretending
Yes,
that they're in.
Shiver.
oh my
You-
god,
in,
You have
guys,
any
come
functional
on.
awareness?
There's
of
an
what's going on
actual
in
community
Risk,
for
you
roleplay.
want to run for CSM, you better be fucking aware of the communities in the game before you sit there and try
Why
to speak
why
for
would
them.
I give a shit?
Fuck yeah, Rain.
Exactly.
I don't represent
Get
them.
him.
They don't
This
vote
is
for
why
me.
people are voting for you. This is why you didn't win last year, because you don't fucking know shit about this game. So you sit down.
Didn't stop me
shut
from
the
winning
fuck up,
last year.
and you let
Okay.
somebody like Manic Velocity speak.
Okay, well,
all right,
I was
all right.
trying to ask you
Just-
what you meant by the role play.
Manic
Ju-
fucking
Roleplay
Ju-
velocity.
community cares a
just
shit
just
ton
hold
about the
just
lore.
hold off a
That's what
second. Just hold off a
CCP
second.
Zero,
Okay.
Delegate
Okay,
Zero
alright,
has been
alright,
doing
alright,
this entire
alright, alright.
fucking
There's-
time.
Okay.
All right, all six of them.
There are plenty of people out there who enjoy the lore. There are some people who become the spokespeople for it, okay, because they are good at it and all that kind of stuff. All right. Let's not make it sound like it's freaking nobody. All right. It is quite an extensive number of people out there.
And
all
these
right?
are prominent
They're
members
not
of the
CB
community.
CBA used to
I
be
do-
open.
prominent
I
members of the
I do want to go
community.
back. I do want to go back to what Manic said, okay, about FanFest. I think the one thing that people need to differentiate is FanFest didn't happen this year. We don't know if this was going to be the FanFest trailer, okay, which we know
There's
is
no
normally
way-
about, which we know is normally about 5 minutes long.
There
and
is
spans
no way
they
they
were
somewhere in
whipped
a
up this
quadrant.
trailer in 2
trailers?
months. There's
This
no way
was
they
a
whipped up
qua-
this trailer in 2 months. No
This
way.
No,
was-
this was the trailer.
It could
Come
just
on.
be a bit though. It could just be a part.
It's not.
This
They
is
had
the
the quadrant
quadrant
stuff
trailer.
planned for a long time. So this was their thing. This is not something they just put together at the last minute.
No,
This
no,
is
no,
what
I'm
was
not
gonna
saying
be
that- I'm not
at
saying that they
FanFest.
put it
separate
together at
trailers,
the
one
last
to release
minute.
now and one that they were going to release at FanFest.
All I'm saying is we should not compare this to, for two reasons. We should not compare this to a traditional what we know as a FanFest trailer because a couple of things have happened over the course of the last year. Okay, one, they didn't have fucking FanFest. Okay, but two, back in the fourth quarter, they communicated to us that what they were going to be communicating going forward was more about the what we're pretty sure we can deliver, not that freaking player built Stargate horse shit from years ago, okay, or Incarna, or whichever one of those things where it was a 5-minute trailer and people sat there and brought up all of the things that were in it and all that shit
Okay,
But the
LB,
other thing is-
LB
for
is
3
Team
years and then
Dirk.
said, "Where's that?"
But look,
Team
here's
Dirk.
here's the other thing.
LB
the
is
other thing
Team
is
Dirk.
the other thing is that this is not an expansion. It's not an expansion trailer. It's a quadrant trailer. It's a
feature
different
trailer.
thing.
It's a feature trailer.
It's a
Exactly.
feature trailer
It's-
that
it's-
doesn't really show any features.
Well,
yeah,
that's
I mean,
the
okay,
thing.
What
Show
do
you
you
features.
know?
All right,
What do you
stop.
know now that you didn't know Monday?
Well, one, we know that there was an Avatar redesign, which I think was pretty cool.
Yep.
and
We knew
that's-
that.
true
We
too.
knew that before Monday.
we knew from the
We knew that
Pulse
last
video,
week. We
but
knew that
that's
last
from
week.
that.
100 bits for shots! Yay!
All right.
We don't do
Second
that.
of all,
Can't,
we
can't
look-
do shots.
can't
Can't
do
do
shots,
shots.
we
with
like-
bits.
we know there are new. We
It's
know
so
that there
different.
are new
I'll
ships,
pull my shot glass
which we didn't
closer
know
to that.
before that, because there are new ships in this video that we haven't seen before. There's at least one new weapon system, which Manic alluded to, that's in this. We know that obviously they're doing something with the Triglavian mothership thing that's being built somewhere. So that thing is obviously done and moving. So that's something, you know. So there is stuff in here that we can look at. And then yes, I will grant you the stuff at the end. Rain, do you want to talk about the gate shutting off and why that's not a big deal?
Because the gate shutting off was fucking released, I think, 6 years ago with the Jovian. Was it the Jovian trailer where they talked about
Caroline
Carolina
Star.
and the Jovians and the Drifters and the Sleepers and blah 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 and the
and
gate
even-
being
but
shut
they
off. Like,
shut the-
okay,
and guess
wow,
what?
we've seen it before. What
We've
fucking
seen that
next?
too. It was in fucking
Clear
Clear
Skies did
10
it
years
years
ago.
before that.
Right, well, okay, but
was
so
in
the
Clear Skies
Jovian
10
gate
years
shut up, but
ago
you
Clear
couldn't
before
have.
Skies had lore.
I'm
Clear Skies
joking.
was
I'm
CCP
joking.
canon?
I'm joking. I'm
Well,
joking.
Like that's the thing.
I'm
though,
just
right?
saying the
We've
idea
seen it
of
before.
shutting the
same
gates.
Fucking bullshit. Are they gonna
That's-
actually
Are you
do
saying the
something
lore is
with it?
bullshit, Rain?
That's the
It is
pro-
Are you saying the
bullshit.
lore is
the-
bullshit?
That's the problem.
No, I'm
the-
saying CCP creating all these like mystical. Oh, we don't know what's gonna happen, guys.
that's
like, trailer.
the problem
That's
that
the
I have.
bullshit.
It's
like in
it's
Lost,
all
what
of
am I
this.
expecting
It's all
to
of
do?
this
All this
crazy shit,
alluding.
and then
It's all of
never
this
Something with
actually
Triglavian?
alluding to stuff that
A
might
new
happen.
Ship? Yeah, like what am I expecting? A new ship, maybe a new weapon. Okay, great. Like that's great. But what?
the
like,
fuck else do you
what
want?
else- what else-
The well,
I want some
okay, here's
fucking
the thing. The
Well,
language
that's- no, look, I
the
will give you
language
that.
surrounding Quadrant 2, the phrase that I feel like CCP has been using this phrase for the last 3 or 4 years. With each update, quadrant, patch, expansion, whatever, the phrase they always seem to use, or maybe this is I'm just what's it called, the Mandela effect. I feel like they always use the phrase, this will shift the balance of power in New Eden. And that phrase has very heavy implications. Like shifting the balance of power across the entire game, that's a big fucking deal. But it never seems to happen. There's not a lot that has changed in the last 2 or 3 years in terms of shifting the balance of power, especially with Triglavian stuff. How long have
Manic,
we been
that
hearing
is-
about Triglavians?
I agree with
Since 2
you
years ago.
10,000%. And that's one of the things that drove me crazy about the release stuff on here. Because they released this video and they talk about the quadrant, and it's called Eclipse. And we don't know what the fuck that means. Are they bringing back the
I don't know. Did you-
blackout?
I
Did
think
you-
it's a
did you
meta-
know what the-
Any idea what
honestly,
that
did
means?
you know what
I
the name
think
of the
Eclipse-
first quadrant meant?
Fight or
think
flight.
Fight or
Fight or
flight
flight.
seemed
Never
pretty
really
That's
obvious.
pretty
fucking meaning
clear
either.
Was
cut.
it like
That's
you
pretty
knew
clear
what that
cut.
meant? You knew
Like,
that
We knew what it meant because they announced ahead of
because
time
they
what
announced
they
it
were
ahead
going
of
to
time
be
because
doing.
it was the first quadrant and they gave you a glimpse into it ahead of
They
time.
gave us a lot of stuff about the first quadrant at Vegas, so we had some idea
So
of what
Because
was
that
going
was
to
the
be
first
in.
we
time
know
they
what
were
a
going to be
literal-
using quadrants and they were playing
exactly,
it up to give you
and
an idea.
exactly. But the point, I think Rain's point is valid. I think Manet's point is valid. And what I have said, and I will continue to say, and I will say it tomorrow on Meta Show, it would be better for everyone if we got more than just like teasing. It's just teasers.
Okay,
That's all
and
it
that,
is.
and that is absolutely one.
It's
of
not
it.
even.
That is another difference.
It's just
okay?
a
That is
teaser,
another-
because
It's not
that is
even
a- that-
teasing
that-
anymore.
hold on,
Isn't that what
hold
they're
on,
supposed to be by
hold-
definition?
Hold on a
It's
second,
not
hold on a
even
second.
teasing
'Cause
anymore.
you guys are measuring shit from a time, and I'm not saying that they did this right. Okay, what I'm saying is, in the past, when a trailer has gone out, okay, typically there has been other conversations that were associated with that. In the case of a FanFest trailer, right, you've had things like the keynote and maybe even some dev blogs ahead of time explaining sort of like what their vision is that's coming and things like that. This was a trailer that is only associated with the past 2 chapters of this entire Triglavian invasion kind of thing, right? So it is very lore heavy. It is, we don't have that other kind of communication that would have helped people, not just the CSM members who know what's coming. So therefore, they saw this trailer and went, oh, I know what's coming. So I know what that means. And I kind of know what that means and all that kind of shit. We didn't have that. And that's where I think they kind of fucked up in kind of the multimedia sort of sense of communicating whatever they're trying to communicate.
And I agree with that, Dirk. And I think, Dunk says in the chat, this isn't FanFest, and we're not, they said they weren't going to do that.
I've explained
I
that.
wish they would give us the details. I wish they would do that. Because here's the thing. This was a teaser. It was less of a trailer than it was a teaser, but it's a teaser for shit that's going to happen in 2 days. It's coming on
Okay.
Monday. You know, that
ain't much of a tease then. Like if it's
It's-
coming
but
on Monday,
but
then
it's
fine.
not
Or
even-
Tuesday,
it's
then
not even
fine.
a
But
bunch
we
of a
but we
tease,
still
it's
don't
like-
know anything.
I don't. I would. And this is something we have
Some
been
people
harping
out there
on
think
for.
they know all kinds of shit. Now,
We have been
generally
harping
they're-
on this
generally
for
they're
a long
lorists and,
time.
you know.
We've been harping on this for a long time. They give the community no time to digest any of this stuff. We get no time to sit around and talk about it because all we get is the changes the instant that they happen. There's never any stuff ahead of time. There's never any chance to figure things out early. And I guess they want to do that because they want to keep us on our toes. But at the same time, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't like being fucking surprised. So we're going to come on Monday and we're going to see what all this new
Depends
Eclipse
on what
shit
the
is. And we have
surprise
no
is.
idea what it is.
Look, there was
Okay,
nothing.
you
There was
don't like
nothing
being
in this
surprised, but
trailer
that
that
doesn't
was.
mean everyone doesn't like being surprised.
I mean,
some
maybe they
people might
do,
like it,
but
you
I
know?
guess there are good surprises and there are bad surprises. Good surprises, hey, all of a sudden there's cool shit that I didn't know was coming. Like the Avatar stuff, I didn't realize that was a full redesign of the ship. I just thought they were
Well,
messing with the
okay,
graphics.
So let me give you
So
an
when I
example.
log into CC and I pull up this Avatar and it's got this awesome looking freaking new Doomsday effect and it's got the goatsy thing in the front, it's fucking great. I love it. And the detail is so, I mean, our team deserves every attaboy you can give them because it looks great. That was a good surprise. But then if I wake up and there's
Did nobody else get that goatsy reference?
Wait, Brisk, you got
Yeah.
muted.
then I'm not
Brisk,
gonna like
brisk,
it.
brisk.
Well, while he's silenced
Can't
for a
hear you.
second, because I know that this has happened to me before, and other people have kept talking. So let me just
Yes, we do.
let me just keep the wordage going. Okay, let me give an example of the fact that yes, you're right. If all of a sudden on Tuesday everybody fucking wakes up, the patch comes through and shit like that, and like the gates are closed down in like all kinds of places out there, they're gonna be like, well, wait a fucking second. I got you showed how gates could close down and whatnot from this, but wow, now you've really done this kind of much bigger thing. Yeah, I would understand how you might be surprised. Okay, there's a whole lot more to this quadrant than this Triglavian horse shit. Okay, and I'm sorry for the people out there that love this Triglavian stuff. Great,
I like the Triglavian stuff.
all right,
I think it's
that's
fun.
great. Okay, fine, but like as I said on Talking in Stations, you know, on Thursday. Okay, but what about the rest of the world? I guess I need
agree.
to know how this is going to affect the rest of the world, or is this just, you know, look, this is some niche stuff out there. Would you people please just let this freaking roll for a little bit and let them play their storyline out and all that kind of stuff? Because the people who love storyline shit
Had
like-
it for
are
like
like-
three,
they're gonna
4
get their-
years.
they're
it's
gonna
been a
get their
playing out
storyline stuff.
storyline.
They've had the
Relax.
last
For
3
4
releases have had a
years.
bunch of high sec, you know, lore type crap for those guys. They're getting they're getting as much fan service for this stuff as they possibly want. And look, Dunk says it's been said
Some people
repeatedly
like
they
that
don't
shit,
want to
dude.
give, and that's fine. I don't care. They can like what they want. I'm
Not everybody loves the, you know,
I'm
the,
not
the
look,
null sec
look,
lifestyle.
I
of,
will
like,
make
you know,
jokes about how there are
suck a
3
dick.
people that like lore. I will make jokes about how big they are, or that all they do is circle jerk and Jito or whatever. It's a joke. But the point is, Dunk said repeatedly they don't want to give a lot of
It may
advance
not be
notice.
next week yet.
That's fine. I know that, Dunk. We
I'm
all
only
know
using
that
that
they
as
don't
a
want to give a
word.
lot of advance notice, but I'm not going to keep telling them to stop not giving us advance notice. I mean, that's the thing. I'm going to repeat myself until they figure it out.
When it comes to
We
changes
need more
that
notice.
affect your gameplay, yeah,
We want to know.
This
Give
wasn't
us a heads
necessarily.
up.
Hold on, this wasn't
Jesus.
necessarily your notice. You don't know that there's
We
not
don't know
a
anything.
devlog
We
coming.
know
The-
You
we
don't
the
know
patch-
that,
new
the
you
shit.
don't
patch
know that
comes
there's
out
not
on
an
Tuesday.
hour-long
That's
video from
The patch comes out on
Rattati and
Tuesday.
Burger. Hold on.
Monday.
A patch,
Monday, April
a
6th,
patch
Monday
comes
on
out there. That
The
does
patch
not
that
mean
no one
that
knows
everything
anything
you saw.
about except
Holy
maybe the
fuck,
Avatar
yeah.
redesign.
So,
That
right?
does-
so it's Monday.
That's
It
very
doesn't
So
true.
we'll
mean-
get
Yeah.
we'll
It
get
doesn't
the
mean
dev
that
blog.
everything about
We'll
it.
get a dev blog after
It
the
doesn't
patch
mean
comes
that
out.
everything you saw in that video is like flowing into your vein on Monday. Relax.
And look, and it has nothing to do with
Bitch
wanting to
about
play
the
the
reality.
market.
Don't bitch about the pretty
Look,
video.
That's the
I will
thing.
tell you.
Like, I don't know what the reality is.
Should
the
you?
trailer,
We don't know.
did,
Should
the
you?
trailer
Should-
didn't
should
If
communicate
you?
we were
any
at
of it to
reality
me.
FanFest,
hits you?
we would know. If FanFest
Well-
was going on and there wasn't this fucking crisis that everyone
Well,
is dealing with, we would fucking know. But
we
no,
would have
no one
had.
knows. No
one
Rain's
knows that we
point is
would've
exactly
known.
valid.
Instead,
would
we're
have
all sitting
had-
at home doing
we would have
absolute
had-
fuck all, trying to compensate by sitting on webcam with everyone, or sitting on a Zoom, or sitting on Mumble or TeamSpeak all day. That's what we as players and we as people are dealing with.
I think
we would have
humans are
had-
I think
completely
you're
and
letting the corona
absolutely
get to you and
fucked.
blaming it on
No.
CCP.
No, Rain's
No,
look. In
no.
this situation, Rain
It's
is
not
right.
the
Look,
heart. It's not
if
the
we
heart
were
to
at
fucking release some
FanFest-
information, or to have a fucking roundtable, or to do absolutely something.
exactly. If we were
my
at
company can
FanFest,
host a fucking Zoom happy hour, CCP can do something. All these other fucking companies can do something. If your company's not doing something, you need to fucking speak up and say something. And that's what we're doing right now by bitching.
You sound a
If
little
this
emotional.
was
I'm not gonna lie.
FanFest,
I am
we
kind of
would
emotional.
have.
I should
We
be
would
seeing
have.
Brisk in real life, giving him a stupid fucking hug, calling him a dumb bitch IRL or whatever the fuck I call him. Right? Like I could probably be seeing Manic. I could be seeing Miranda. Me and Miranda could be hanging out right now. Me and Blazing Bunny could be hanging out right now. But no, instead we're here on fucking webcam. You know what CCP has to say for? Hey guys, here's a little trailer. Good luck. Oh, Patch Monday. Tee hee. Like
Yeah, but
fuck
it's
off
not
with
CCP's
that
fault
shit.
that
No,
I'm
it's
doing a
not.
shot.
If they can do
happened,
better,
like-
that they can
I,
do better.
I'm not gonna
Everybody
blame
do
Guys,
CCP for
CCP
Corona,
can
I'm not-
fucking
look,
Yeah.
we're
but
not.
they could
CCP
they
is
could be
behind
they could be
COVID.
doing more.
No,
But-
they're
but
not behind
look,
COVID. I'm not blaming
Reigns-
CCP for this crisis, but they can do fucking better in this situation.
All
They
right,
could be
Reigns'
doing
point
better
is
than
Why are
this.
they
valid, and the
obligated? No, I'm
reason
not.
Why are
why.
they obligated to?
Because
But
we're
no, but
paying
Dom,
customers.
look,
So
stop,
any
stop,
other game
guys.
doesn't
Because
do
they
all
would
this. And
be-
we're
this is
very
normally when they would-
spoiled as a.
This
as a
is
player
normally
base.
when they would
When
release
it
their
comes to
biggest
information from the
fucking
company.
news, where they benefit. So it's not just players that benefit because we hear shit, right? CCP greatly benefits from FanFest. They
Some
get to
people
say,
out
I'm
there.
not talking about
one-on-one,
FanFest.
Some-
I'm talking about
oh,
the trailer.
Hold
That's
on
what
a
I'm
listening
talking
to-
about.
listening
Some
to
some
in-depth
people
players
out there
explain their
might
play
actually
style.
say. Some people out there might actually say, if you've been following kind of the overall Triglavian storyline and invasion storyline and things like that, okay, you wouldn't think that any of these things that you see there, other than maybe some details, are actually like, holy shit, where the fuck did this come from?
Guys,
You
listen,
wouldn't be surprised.
all of us have been to. I mean,
No.
everyone in here, almost everybody on here, has been to an EVE event. Okay,
Yeah.
What
I
are
was
they-
gonna say?
almost everybody.
FanFest was supposed to be my first one.
FanFest is like Vegas. It's like the rest of these. You'll get an opening ceremony. You'll get one of these trailers, and everybody will sit there and ooh and ah, and everybody will clap and scream and how great it is and everything like that. And then guess what? After that, you have roundtables with the devs. You have TED Talks with the devs. You have Rise up there giving his whole presentation on ship balance. You have the CSM roundtable that I was the only one that fucking did. There are different things that people go to, and they get a chance to interact directly with the developers and hear more about the stuff that's happening. And that's where a lot of this stuff happens. We're not getting any
oh,
of
if
that
you-
now,
hold on, but if
even
you
though it
take
would have
that
been.
to the-
I do want to say this out. I do want to say
That's
this out
Reigns'
loud.
point.
And please, Miranda, keep your thought for a moment. But I want to react to Dunk's thing. Bitter vet alert. Okay. You know what I'm gonna. You know what I'm also gonna throw in here.
I will hold it for 10 minutes.
Do you believe that this was not overhyped by the marketing team and CCP, but do you believe it was compoundedly
Yeah,
overhyped
it was
by
oh,
certain
yes.
CSM members who thought this was the greatest shit that they'd ever fucking seen?
Both.
No,
And
it's like
the
I said
tweets
before.
I
They
I,
just wanted
I,
to flex that
I
they had
saw
seen
I
it.
saw
It had nothing to do with how good
CCP
or bad it
and
was.
CSM members tweeting about this like it's the best thing since sliced bread.
So you know what, Dunk? It's not about bitter vet. It's about what I've been trying to say. For
I think I've
goddamn
become a
years.
bitter vet. I
Manage
think I've got it now. I'm now a bitter vet. I get it.
Is this a bitter vet?
But
This
I will,
is-
I
this
will
is
also
it.
say, so like, yeah, it sucks as
It
a
is
player
kind of a
and as
room,
human
full
to
of
miss
bitter
out
vets,
on
but that's not
FanFest.
the reason.
But
Can I
CCP
tell
benefits.
my
But CCP
comment
benefits
now?
greatly from FanFest as well. Hearing the direct feedback live from players who live and breathe this stuff, and they announce some change, and then they're able to harness that feedback. So CCP themselves, it sucks for CCP too. They want to see their friends, they want to see their family that get flown in or whatever the fuck for these events, and they benefit greatly from this stuff. So it sucks for them. And while I say, oh, CCP should
Listen,
give us
though.
more, we as players have to give them more too.
All right.
Go on,
Before
Miranda.
Miranda, gives her talk.
No, she's
one
waiting
thing.
for a
No,
long
no,
time.
no,
Yeah, oh, okay. Fuck off, Brisk.
I'm
Can I
just
talk
fucking
for
with you.
once?
Okay,
I'm
Miranda,
totally
Miranda, go.
like-
Miranda, you got it.
Okay, so like Rain, I feel like your big point and Brisk's big point was that at FanFest you will have the opportunity to speak directly with the CCP group about the stuff that they're coming out with. But you can't deny the fact that out of every other game, the game devs of EVE Online are so much more easy to contact and to speak with than any other game you've ever been in. What other
That's
game are you able
100%
to
right.
I agree
contact
1,000%.
directly with
right.
them?
I'm not
You're
arguing.
Right. So
Now-
That's
so-
not exactly
so-
my point, though.
Okay, but what I'm saying is like you can't sit here and complain that you no longer have the platform to speak to the CCP devs, because we have always had that platform and they've always
Okay.
made themselves so available to speak to anybody who wants to talk to them.
Okay, my
Yes,
turn.
Manic.
Now I have the
Manic's raising
speaking
his hand.
I have the speaking sunglasses. Okay.
Fuck, I'm never gonna get those. I don't have them well.
CCP in the past, I think at least for me, one of the reasons I'm upset by CCP's communication lately is because years ago, in years past, they've set a bit of a precedent where, yes, they probably over communicated a few things and they probably did set expectations too high. But that communication was there. Within the last year, year and a half, it seems like that has slowed down considerably to where we really don't know what's going on. And sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. But it's definitely a shift in direction with how they communicate stuff. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's different, and I don't like things that are different, and it scares me because I'm getting old.
I appreciate you being conservative like that. Miranda, to Miranda's point, I want to make it clear. I'm not saying that,
By the
that
way,
they're
Billy's
not.
here. I just wanted to give a
Hey,
shout
Billy.
out.
I know, I see him in here.
Okay.
And
Hi,
as soon as
Billy.
I finish talking, he'll start talking, and then we'll never be able to get him off the show. But the point is,
'Cause
He's,
What I-
he's not going to talk, Laura. Relax.
it's okay. That's fine. I don't mind that. As long as it's not talking Lord. Miranda, my point is not so much that we would have access to the devs to talk to them, because, you know, all of us on the show probably have greater access to the developers than almost anybody else, you know, because we talk to these guys all the time. My point is that at FanFest, at the rest of these events, there are scheduled speeches and talks on specific areas where things are announced, particularly when they're talking about things that have been given during the keynote or things that have been given during the opening ceremony. So there would be more information because there would be time to fill and blocks to fill, and they would be, you know, wanting to get up and have developers give speeches. Even if it's like in London where you got Hilmar sitting on the stage with Convict having an interview, or
Shout out to
or-
CCP Deadlift.
where Rise was doing, you know, his Talos announce in Vegas and talking all about that stuff. Or in the Vegas the previous year where we had him and Karkur and other people sitting around and having like sessions with players and going back and forth. It wasn't so much that there was the going back and forth, it was that the information was being provided by the devs to the players, and all we're getting now is this trailer and a 15-minute
can I
teaser
ask
of it.
Can I ask a question, just like a really basic question about this trailer, and I'm going to answer my own question by asking the question. Has there been another trailer that they have sat there and said, wait for this fucking trailer, it's coming out soon, and then did kind of this sort of semi-production thing, and then looked for sort of immediate response of it? Like in any of
I don't
like
think
The
have
only-
we, have
the
we ever
only
tried
example-
to read the
okay.
tea leaves of a trailer before like this?
The only example I can think of is from the This Is Eve trailer. There were a couple of tweets from CCP Manifest, tweets, maybe a post on Reddit where he commented something, but he made the comment that they were working on a trailer that everybody in the office was really excited about, and they couldn't wait to show people. And that eventually became This Is Eve, which is literally their most successful trailer of all time.
Which was a trailer that like had
That
no
was great,
bearing on anything
honestly.
other than
Well, it had,
But it was
that-
pretty fucking
game
awesome.
love.
It
right?
was
No,
the
it
best.
had bearing
Well,
because
it-
it showed what
it showed
Eve was like.
it showed what Eve was
Instead of
like. It
inflated
showed
trailers and voice acting.
It
yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It was
And it
cinematic,
also-
but at the same time, it showed
Accurate.
all the aspects of Eve, even if you didn't
Not
like
as accurate as this is
PvPing.
really Eve, mind you, but it was
Right.
still
That's
pretty
the
accurate.
thing.
But
Now, and
I mean,
it spawned the
but that's
best
the thing. Like
player
it showed
version of
it showed
which
you
was this
everything.
really
Now I
cool.
get the
Which was
music.
the
Now
best.
I get the music. It showed you everything that could be done in Eve. Even if you didn't like PvP, you could go mining. Like it made that kind of look interesting by playing this really cool music in my ears, and it made me feel good. I can't
Felt
even keep
excited.
going on because I love this song
this
so
is the
much.
game.
It just gets you fucking pumped. This gets you fucking
In a world
pumped.
where
Like
And it
Jeff
would be
this
is your
right?
music
house.
over
Real
and over
players,
again.
This
real
is the
fucking
game.
graphics.
You get fucking pumped to play the damn game, and I didn't get that with this Eclipse
Where
trailer.
you mine for 12 hours at a time.
all right.
Dude, if you put that music, if I play that music while I'm mining, that's gonna be so fucking fun.
I play that music
Alright,
while
you're
I
gonna-
fold
you're gonna
laundry and
mine
it gets
the
I have-
fuck
all right,
out of
I have
that
a question.
rock,
I will
aren't you?
mine the
question
fuck
now.
out of those rocks,
So,
man.
I have a
I
question.
do want to say this because I
I have a question
belie-
before
I
Dirk
believe
says
that
anything.
I believe that it needs to be.
I don't get to ask my question.
Oh, you do.
No.
You can ask it right after this, and then I do want to go to Philly, but I do need to put this out there for my own sake, okay? And I know that
Yeah.
Mrs. Rubal will understand and whatnot. It is fucked up when I'm the goddamn voice of reason these days.
Right, ain't it? That's
Who
crazy.
said you were the
It
voice of
feel-
reason, Dirk?
It feels because you're all a
I
bunch
thought
of
he was-
fucking
he
whacked
is.
out
He is in
bitches.
this case.
No, we're not. We're not. My question is, Villy, would you care to respond to Dirk accusing you and the rest of the
While
CSM
you're
of
sucking
overhyping
the
this
dick
trailer?
that you're sucking, I will also
Also
suck some dick.
So that's my question.
Legendary
Go ahead, Villy.
quote. If that doesn't make it a trailer in the future, I'm gonna be upset.
It should be.
That should
I
be in the
think
next is
the
Eve.
trailer was
This is
plenty
Eve.
good. I don't
Villy
think
thinks
it needs,
the trailer was plenty good. All right.
I don't think it needs to be said that it was overhyped or underhyped, whatever. It's a good trailer. Like, is anyone making the contention that it's not a good
No.
trailer?
Well,
I
good
don't
in
think
what
it's a good trailer.
context?
No.
Like,
Good in what context?
I haven't
If we're
seen it,
talking,
and I'm not
if
gonna
we're
watch
talking
it.
strictly lore, then it's a good trailer.
If this were
I guess.
Clear Skies 3.5, would you have been happy?
Well, so
No.
I have a quick thing with the trailer. So, if the next update is coming out with something to go on with the gates with the Triglavian invasions, they showed that, and if there is some new ship, although I was hearing some people say it might be a heavy fighter for the Citadels because it's Upwell, and the model of it almost, if you look at it from the front,
God.
almost looks like a dragonfly, but that's whatever. It doesn't matter. So
Chain
maybe
damage fighters on Citadels coming soon to a game near
Yeah,
you.
maybe,
the
I don't
worst
know,
mechanic
but-
gets worse.
Because we needed to make
but
fucking Citadels
anyway,
tougher.
so that's just what people have said. It could be bullshit. But I'm just saying. So if the new ship thing, whatever it is coming out, and the things with the gates coming or shutting off is coming out, and Triglavian invasion stuff, and that's what's coming out in the patch. They showed that in the video. So what else would they have put in the video? Because anything else would have been a lie.
What?
So
I don't think anything else would have been.
I'm
a
saying if
lie,
those are the
but
things
they-
they're teasing
could've-
at for Quadrant 2, then that's what they
Well,
showed.
No, I
okay,
think you
okay,
missed-
so
you
they're
missed the
teasing a new
CCP.
ship. They're teasing a new ship and gates going offline. That's if
That will
that's
come in the next
it,
3 months.
Oh, Avatar redesign, don't forget.
Avatar is-
Avatar-
okay,
a
but
visual
I'll tell you
update
this,
for the app.
And
Guys,
other things that you're
if there's
obviously not
nothing
talking
else in
about.
this,
All right,
the
hold on.
Avatar redesign was worth it.
And
'Cause
Villy,
that shit's amazing. If you
I
haven't seen it
agree.
on CC yet, go see it. Everybody gets a free Avatar. Go see it.
And
It's
Vil-
fucking amazing.
and Villy, what was it that you said there?
Other things you're not mentioning.
Mentioning,
Su-
hold on.
such
Mentioning
as what?
because we didn't see it in the
Walking
trailer.
on planets?
Mentioning because we didn't
Oh, yeah,
understand the
because we all
context
had
of it
plenty of
because of
discussions
background.
CCP Nova,
Sure, either
right?
or.
Okay.
Like,
But-
but here's the reality. Like, you guys are like, wow, we don't understand. It's like when you go back and look at some of the good trailers of Eve, as your standard describes them. Many of them don't show you any new features or new anything like this. They
Right,
just
it's
show you
entertaining.
they're more story focused, right? This
But
is
they
a little more
weren't
story
they weren't
focused.
hyped as go watch this. The new stuff is in it.
Hold on. Why can't
Okay.
people just watch things for entertainment purposes, which is exactly what I was
If
trying to
CC
tell
if
people.
CCP
Right.
is going
I
to
agree
set
with
those
that.
It's entertainment.
I mean,
expectations,
it's fun to watch.
if
I
CCP
think
is
it's
going to
cool
set
looking.
expectations and say, "Holy
They
fuck, I
didn't-
can't wait
they
for you
didn't
guys,"
tell-
yes,
they
they
didn't
did.
tell
Dirk,
you
oh
to
my
go
god,
and read Triglavian triangles and
they
try and
fucking
figure it the
hyped
fuck
this
out.
trailer up
They
to
can hype it
hell
out.
and back.
Look, nobody
So
said.
what? They
All right,
hype
maybe,
it out.
maybe no one said this.
They're proud
But
of
the
this
fact-
trailer that they put out.
but the
it
fact
doesn't
that-
mean
Proud
because
of
you
it.
want to read into it
Visually,
because you don't have
it looks
information.
great. Visually,
that-
it's great.
Maybe
As a
they
trailer
didn't say
for
it. Maybe I'm just inferring the fact that they wanted Talking in Stations to do a 2-hour episode analyzing the fucking trailer
Okay,
after the
so-
trailer went off. Maybe they thought there was stuff in there they wanted the community to figure out.
Because when you're
Why?
talking about the
'Cause we have to guess
Triglavian
our patch
storyline,
notes now?
number
It's not a
one,
fucking patch notes. It's a goddamn commercial.
no, exactly.
Commercial.
Number one,
Yeah.
We're gonna be
when you're
showing
talking
you
A
about
commercial
like,
for what?
This is not
Triglavian
inspiring
story-
me to,
There's
like,
stupid
go
fucking
For a
on
new
all.
ship
game. Did you
and
see
gates
spaceships
getting
already?
shut down.
Were there
People was giving
spaceships
to
in the
play.
spaceship
Well, it's
game
not a commercial for new
Yes, there
players.
was.
It's a
Here's
commercial
the
for
problem.
existing
Get
players.
Here's the
commercial
end
if
of
you
the
want
story.
Here's what we're
to
gonna
play
do.
from it.
Here's what we're
I
gonna do.
have no
We got a crowded room
version
tonight.
login.
We're gonna go around the room and we're gonna get each individual. If you want to toss some fucking shit, toss some fucking shit. Okay.
I'm sorry,
But
it's called
if you-
Around the Horn when you're
We
doing
have
it
been
like this.
tossing shit
Okay.
all night.
Feel free to toss your shit
That's radio
individually.
terminology.
Okay. And
I'm gonna
then
individually
we
toss
can
my
actually
shit
speak
right
logically
after
about
this.
some of it.
I don't know if that was supposed to get us to get
I
quiet,
get-
but
I
that
get-
worked.
It worked.
I,
Sure
I think
did.
I,
I get people are
clicked
fucking
that on
irritated for their
accident.
own-
That was a
Hold
total
on.
accident.
Let out your reasons why you were irritated one at a fucking time because we do have a full fucking room.
And around the horn is a baseball term, not a radio term.
It's
All
a
right, what-
radio
what
term.
order
Let's
are
start
we
with
going
Bunny.
in?
The
Bunny's
horn
on
is
top
the
of the list.
microphone.
Go ahead, Bunny,
It'd
give us
go
what you
around
got.
the microphone.
Bunny is really easy to impress. Like it's not. I'm not over analytic. I don't really care. Well, I care. I thought it was a good trailer. I was a little bit worried that there is a ship or a fighter that's chain doomsdaying things. That's not really doesn't really bode well in fleet combat land. But Aside from that, I mean, I liked Battleship as a movie too, so I'm not sure you really want my opinion on the
Okay,
quality
so
of
yeah, so we know where Buddy
cinematics.
stands.
I like that movie.
The anchor maneuver is pretty good.
Yeah.
Get the
Does that
fuck
work?
out of here.
Does that really
Get
work?
the fuck, get the
Funny
fuck
there's
out
a
of
noise in
here.
here.
World War II vets.
Drayden, kick these fuckers.
I'm just saying, like maybe starting with Bunny wasn't the greatest idea,
And
but I'm
Blazing Bunny.
You're at the top of the list, so we're going to go down the list. So I'm next. All right. I like the trailer. I thought the trailer was very well done. I enjoyed it. I liked seeing the Avatar redesign. I thought that was badass. I'm looking forward to seeing what the new weapons are and all this other stuff. My criticism is simply that everybody's being way too coy and secretive about what's in this next coming quadrant thing on Monday, and I would like a little bit more than you'll find out. That's my issue.
No, you won't.
You'll find out on Monday.
On Monday.
I know. I don't like it. I want to know earlier. They're
Fucking
going to
deal with
release
it.
the trailer. Tell me something about it. Explain why I should be thinking this is cool.
Derek, you're
Let
up.
me go
Derek.
hype up other people.
I reserve my time.
The gentleman
George,
reserves
you
his
can
do that.
time.
get it
Drayden,
now,
you're
or
on the
you don't-
clock.
Or you don't get it at all.
I'll go. Trailer's entertaining, and that's the point of trailers. So, I mean, it was fun to look at. It was kind of a cool thing to watch. So, and that's aren't trailers just supposed to hype up they aren't supposed
The
to
game.
necessarily
That's exactly what I'm
release
thinking.
like what new thing. Now, some trailers will allude to things that are coming out, not all do. It's basically it's like this looks cool, it looks fun. Maybe I'll try the game. That's kind of what the point of it is. The point of the trailer is I don't know if it's necessarily meant to I won't even go that route. It was fun. I liked it. I mean, it looked cool, and I don't expect a whole bunch out of trailers other than just cool visuals. That's the point of them, in my opinion. So,
All right. The gentleman from Idaho yields. The gentleman from Canada is now recognized.
I enjoyed the commercial for the next 90 days of the video game that I like to play with spaceships. There were spaceships in it, so I felt it fit. I think that perhaps it was overhyped, but on the other hand, had they said nothing, we'd be sitting here bitching about them saying nothing about their fucking new trailer. So they're trying to market things. They're trying to get people to look at shit. It's just not the shit you want them to see, I guess. But I thought the trailer was an A-OK trailer. Good commercial for a spaceship game. Next.
All right. The gentleman from Canada has yielded. The gentleman with the most punchable face in Eve has the floor.
Visually impressive. I think it really was overhyped. All of the tweets from CCP and CSM members. Not every CSM member was hyping it up, but there were some CSM members who were hyping this up. So I was excited to see it. And when it came out, I just kept waiting for it to get exciting, and it never did. And so in the Open Comms Discord, I posted a link to a music video called "When Will the Bass Drop?" And that's how I felt throughout the whole trailer. When I was just kept asking myself, when's the bass gonna drop? And it never did. So I feel let down by it.
Gentleman's yielded. The chair now recognizes the gentle lady from Iowa.
Wasted 2 minutes of my time watching it. Not gonna waste any 2 minutes to rewatch it. I didn't like it at all whatsoever. If you want a good feature trailer, see the Citadel expansion feature trailer. That's the one I will rewatch over and over and over again.
Bring
you,
on the wrecking machine. Sorry, I'm out of line.
You're out of order.
I'm out of order.
Gentleman will suspend.
You yielded
dare
your
you.
time.
hold you
The
in
gentle lady
contempt.
from Iowa has yielded to the gentleman from Iowa.
I've been disagreeing. I thought it was a good trailer. And I can't believe how spoiled rotten. Listening to us talk tonight, I can't believe how spoiled rotten we are. We are the most spoiled player base in all of gaming. We get everything compared to other games. We get all kinds of fun stuff. You know, we get all kinds of information. It's just crap. Yeah.
So what you're saying is you don't want Eve made by Ubisoft?
No, I would not like that.
I don't know.
The gentleman from Iowa has yielded. The gentle lady from Kansas has the floor.
All
Still
right.
a cyclone, though.
Still a cyclone at heart. So I think the trailer is good. I think we shouldn't be looking to a trailer for patch notes. I completely agree with Dominar about the idea that we are spoiled. No other game have I ever seen patch notes notes on the patch being released before the patch actually happens instead of after the patch happens or with the patch itself. I think the fact that we expect CCP to tell us what's going to happen before it actually happens is completely unnatural to any other game I've ever been in. I completely agree that we're being spoiled. I think the trailer as a trailer was great. It didn't give any details about anything, but like we were saying before, I don't think that's the point of it. I think the point of it is to be like, hey, look at this game and it's fucking cool. Come play it. And I think that people that have never seen Eve who watch that trailer will think that.
Ladies, time has expired. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Tappy.
No, he doesn't like that.
It's
He's
time.
also the gentleman from
You can't
Canadian.
use
You know I had to do it, Billy. You know I had to do it.
Billy's left the channel.
The gentleman from Test would like to request permission to speak.
The chair
Granted.
recognizes the distinguished
The
gentleman
newly
from Test.
renamed Confederation of Test.
Correct. I'm sorry. Jesus Frisk, I'm gonna get you back for that one. It's a good trailer. It really is, and I'm really proud for CCP and getting their shit together over the last couple months and improving their communication, despite what others may think. They've come a long way. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the trailer. If you thought you were gonna get more out of a trailer than a trailer, I guess there's no pleasing you. So.
Look, I'm excited that there was a trailer. Like I said, this is a crusade that I have been on for 6 months
The
now.
gentleman
I
is
know
out of order.
Dirk, you can't talk.
the
Keep
chair,
up your
the
right.
chair recognizes myself for such time as I may consume.
Favoritism. That's
Unlimited.
Some
time.
bullshit.
Fuck,
Objection.
I gave
I
you the out
object.
and you took it.
I'm telling you.
Vetoed.
I want
by the owner of
more-
the TeamSpeak.
I want more. That's it.
What more do you
not
want?
be shouted down.
What more do you want?
How did you get that?
I just want to know. I want to
I
know more
want
details.
sharks
That's
with
all. I
fucking
just want some
laser beams
details.
attached to their
What are we
With
going to
freaking
see?
heads.
I
Yeah.
want to make
This-
counterpoint to Miranda Lorian. There have
Hold
been
on, hold on. Chair, I'm requesting my time back.
No, you fucking gave up your time.
Request
gave it up.
denied.
I
Reddit,
yielded and
please
reserved. I
continue.
yielded and reserved.
Oh, nope, can't do that here.
Nope.
Okay, I yielded
Ask
and
me
reserved.
how much time you have, Dirk.
How much time do I have, Brisk?
The chair says that the gentleman from Pennsylvania has another 1 minute left.
Fine, 1 minute. I can do that.
Timing.
Look, because I've really already said what I gotta fucking say. Other than you need to manage your expectations, read the goddamn stuff that has come before this, be able to. If you're not into lore, then guess what? You're not going to be into this. Just enjoy it for the movie that it is. You don't have to read into every goddamn frame of it to figure out what was written on some ship or what was written on some like structure you didn't recognize, or whether even there was a goddamn gate and what part of the world it came from. All right. Quit bitching about everything. Sometimes just enjoy the little stuff and wait for a dev blog that's going to come. I'm sorry you couldn't go to FanFest. I'm sorry you couldn't go get whatever the virus was that was going to be rolling around that place. But you know what? Don't take
Honestly,
it out
knowing
on
you
them.
players, it was going
Don't
to be
take it out
hepatitis
on
C.
them. Don't take it out on them
And syphilis.
because you
I was
have.
planning on getting a mean case of gonorrhea while I was over there.
You have what? You have done the thing that we have been talking
Boy, the
about for
clap,
years.
Jimmy Dugan.
Don't mismanage your own expectations for what they're going to put out. All right. It was a fine example of a trailer. Let it be that. Let the freaking Lord Triglavian ass
Gentleman's time
out
has
there enjoy
expired.
it.
The gentleman's time has expired.
I
The,
yield my time.
The chair now recognizes a gentleman from
Permission denied.
Utah.
Okay. You talk about managing expectations. When
He's got extra
CCP
time.
when CCP is hyping this thing up to hell and back,
They should hype it up. It's marketing.
Wait,
Gentleman will suspend. Please take your conversations off the floor.
I think we should run this like Congress every night.
To the
Gentleman from Utah.
cloakroom with you, Manic. And that was another mixed shot,
All right. Go ahead, Manic.
which I'm not going to lie is smooth.
I'm just saying, if I'm supposed to manage my expectations, then I don't know. I'm going to take CCP at their word. If CCP is going to tell me that this trailer is fucking awesome, then hell, why shouldn't I believe them? They fucking worked on it. It wasn't awesome. It looked nice. It was pretty. I will give them that. It's a beautiful fucking trailer. It sounded cool. The narration, whoever did that voiceover, I creamed my pants at that guy's voice.
I creamed my pants.
I creamed
I don't
my
believe
pants.
that you did because I believe that your dick
I
was like
literally
really kind of limp
came in
because you
my
were so
pants,
mad about
Dirk.
things.
Do you have said
Literally.
pants?
They're in the wash.
Prove
The
it
court would like to view
wasn't-
the pants as
as evidence.
Please
The
view
court would
Exhibit
like to submit
A.
the pants into evidence.
The trailer did not meet the
Without
my-
objection,
the,
so ordered.
the trailer did not meet the expectations that I had that were set
Objection,
by
pants
CCP.
uncreamed.
Fuck, dude, we gotta have
All
court.
right, have we exhausted? There you go. Have we exhausted the talk of the trailer? Is there
God, I
anything else
hope
we
so.
got?
Let's
Yeah,
please
I hope
move
so.
on.
Yeah, let's talk
Also,
about
Brisk-
that.
I'm just getting
Point
mad.
of order.
All right,
Brisk,
on
I'm
the
gonna get
previous
you a
question.
gavel.
Point of order.
You gotta give me your address. I'm gonna
I
send you a
want
gavel.
to strike. I want to strike.
He
what
probably
the last
has one.
gentleman had to say about what he did with his pants.
Is there a second?
Strike it from the record.
I second the motion.
The motion's been made and duly seconded without objection.
Roll call.
Objection. Objection.
There is an
Relevant comment.
objection.
Rain wants it on the record that I came in my pants.
There you go.
It's not very parliamentary to have that in there. Right.
God damn. Exactly. He should be sanctioned. Censored.
All right,
maybe.
all right. So, all right, okay. So we're done with the trailer talk.
Order.
What is
Hold
what do you guys think is that we're going to see in this quadrant? I mean, what I would like to find out because
We
let's
have no
go ahead
fucking
and
idea, Brisk.
Based on the
That's
trailer, I don't know.
But this is the
I
thing.
don't know.
All
If
right.
the trailer is
designed
all we have to go
Avatar.
off of, I have no fucking
the
idea
name
what
of
to
it.
expect.
The name of it is Eclipse.
We're gonna
What do you
see
guys
some
think that
eclipses.
is?
is a fucking
I
metaphor.
don't fucking
It's a
know.
metaphor. It's a metaphor. We're not
Is
going
it
to
a
see an
colorful metaphor?
actual eclipse. We're not going to see an actual eclipse. We're going to see okay, so eclipse, the Triglavian influence is eclipsing New Eden. The balance of power. I'm going to use the fucking phrase. The balance of power is shifting. Yeah,
Now, that's
right.
a good
You know
point.
what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Whatever invasion the Triglavians are planning, whatever's going to happen, it's going to be easily avoidable by 99% of the players. It's not going to have this galaxy-wide effect that the language that CCP is using implies that it's going to have.
But that's
Remember-
the question that I.
CCP has never done anything
Cypher.
galaxy affecting lately.
Then
Remember
they
that
need to
time that,
stop using that
They
language.
did, though.
Remember that
That's
time
the
they put
joke.
invasion
They
on the
made
rookie
links
system?
at-
That was fun.
That's
Remember that
the
time they
joke.
blacked out the entire galaxy?
Yeah,
that, was a,
right.
that was a good one.
I
Star
Yeah,
Quest.
think
everyone
that
threw a
was
fucking fit about it 'cause they're
I
little
think that was a
bitches.
bug that they turned into a feature.
Oh, no,
if
it
I'm
was
completely
played in-
honest.
Look, guys, we meant to do this.
Yeah,
Look at this
totally.
cool new
like,
event.
are they? That's because that's around the time that they switched to the new chat servers, and they weren't working well to
Like 8
begin
months
with.
later.
Okay, I don't,
So,
don't know
so
if you're
CCP
being like,
said, "Wait, what if we just turn it off on purpose?"
Billy, he's kidding. He's
Okay.
kidding.
I'm not kidding. I really think
Then
that the
you
blackout was an
really are
accident. I think
then
It
it's
was-
impossible
blackout
to
was an
argue with if you
accident.
can't believe
Manic,
CCP
Manic. It was
said, "Hey,
it was
let's just roll
6
with it."
months after the chat server thing when they did that, so it had nothing to do with it.
Shut up, Brisk.
I'm just
I
trying
mean,
to
are
be
you guys
honest.
saying you haven't had any issues with the chat server? Because I still have it. I get the spamming
I get
notification. of
every
trying
now
to
and then. I
join
still have
channels,
issues with
cancel
chat.
One
What
thing.
happened?
Okay, so one thing
I
I've
had
noticed
that
with the chat. I don't know.
Spamming, right?
I don't know if anyone else has this. Between my alts, I've tried to open up conversations just so I can link fits and stuff to each other. And when you start a convo, the other side just does not get
You
the
have
request.
to type first. That's
Yeah,
Wait,
have
you
to
guys
type
have
You
first.
have to type,
You have to
dude. You
type
have to
something
say
in the
something
box
in the
first.
chat window. Do you even play this fucking game?
Well, you know how long it's been
I
since
remember
I started a
my first
convo? Because before you
Yeah,
just
you
sent a
have to
convo and
fucking
it just
type.
the other side
No,
automatically
it
got the
says,
invite.
Please type something for them to join.
Dude, I don't
the
fucking
channel.
read,
They
Rain.
don't
I
get
didn't
the
learn
invite
that.
until you type something.
God
this is
damn
why they
it.
don't do patch notes right
You're
here because
bad and
Drayden
you
doesn't
should
fucking
feel
read
bad.
anything.
I know. Well, how am I supposed to read?
I never learned to read.
I never learned to read.
God damn.
All right.
I
You
never
just made that
fail
picture
English?
where it's like how to be a good marine, eat crayons, shoot shit. It's like God, I wish I could
Eat
fucking read.
crayons.
So, Billy, is there anything you can tell us? There's nothing
no,
you can tell
of
us.
course not. 'Cause,
All
like,
He's not gonna leak on open comms. You can't.
Leaks.
I'm just asking because I feel
Clap
like
them
maybe I could
cheeks,
get a leak or
drop
something
them
if
so,
I
cheeks.
asked nicely.
like, when the CSM left the summit, we all pretty much said the exact same thing, right? Everybody kind of heard that. I think something along the lines of, it's going to be really rough, but then it's going to be really awesome.
I seem to remember that too, and
Sounds
everybody agreed
familiar.
with it and was
I
super
remember
happy.
Yeah,
to
that
hear
does
it.
I've heard
sound
that
awkward.
a
and
few
I
times.
look, we're in the rough.
Yeah,
we're in the
so
rough.
am
The
I.
I feel
mining
like we've
changes-
heard that a lot over the last few
If you
years.
guys have looked, like
Okay.
the price of Trit has
In a
doubled
year
in
now.
like 2 weeks.
In a year now,
So
man.
yes, it's freaking it's crazy.
Granted, all the times I've heard it hasn't related to Eve, but yeah, that does sound super familiar.
Wow,
Yeah.
any girl that goes out with you just expects the roughness naturally, right?
Yeah,
right,
right.
Oh, damn!
First of all, I didn't even say Tappy. I just asked
Bringing
Briss
the
to say
heat.
it.
Hey,
Manage
hey,
your
hey,
aggression,
don't
sir.
use our word. You don't
You
own
can't
Tappy.
use our
Tappy's
word.
our word.
Oh shit!
Didn't you give us permission last Tuesday to use
Finally,
it?
you own it. Good for you.
Guys, the person left their fruit out. I'm stealing all the fruit.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god! You're still playing
Focus.
this fucking.
If
Switch
you're
game.
playing whatever that Switch
Stop
game
it.
is she's playing, don't let
Get
Rain
some-
on your island.
Skip
She'll
the
take all
Did
your
the,
fruit.
I will
did
not
the
steal
trailer
from
come out for
friends.
that Animal Crackers game, and you get a dev notes
Animal
on that?
Crackers.
Fanfest or
I get
whatever.
reported
I
and banned.
just-
I
Okay,
can't travel
I
boomer.
do
to
not.
islands.
Maybe Rain, you could explain. this.
Oh,
What is the obsession with this fucking Animal Crossing game?
Okay,
I
so you
don't
know what-
Animal Crossing, I
understand
thought it was
it.
Crackers,
I'm gonna
sorry.
explain this in the shittiest
Oh, I
way
thought you were
possible, okay?
memeing.
So you know how with most other games you have some set objective and you have to usually try real hard to win. You gotta like level up and skill. Animal
So, like
Crossing
an
has none
Eve?
of that. It's very social. Like in order to progress, you kind of have to like meet with friends and trade items and
It sounds
collect
real
things.
social. I'm
It's
stealing
all
everybody's
it's all
shit.
about changing your clothing and decorating.
It's like
your character.
Nintendo's version of
And
Stardew
then
Valley.
decorating your house, yeah. And but like
And
even
Stardew Valley
had
is
like set objectives and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I know
Stardew
about
Valley
Animal
is like
Crossing
Harvest
is as soon
Moon.
as it came out, there was a whole lot of people who made the casting couch in the game and
Yeah.
put it on
Nice.
Facebook.
So
Perfect.
so with Animal Crossing, it's just very chill, very relaxed. Like when I'm playing Eve, like you know, I have to be focused, I have to do this, I have to do that. With Animal Crossing, I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna wander around, pick up some fruit, chop some trees, like catch some fish. Like I don't have to do anything. That's why it's really relaxing. No, because Skyrim is still intense. Like if you die, it sucks. Animal Crossing, you can't die, except to tarantulas, which are very mean, but you can catch them and sell them for a lot of money.
What the fuck?
Fuck tarantulas.
All right.
This sounds awful.
How was the trailer for that one? Was it good?
Can we play the trailer
Thank
for
you.
Animal
Okay,
Crossing?
actually, you know
Yeah,
what?
it's so
Have,
100%
have you
Rain,
guys done a
link
shot in a
them the
while? I
trailer,
know I've
the
done a
Doom
couple
versus
while you
Animal
guys were all
Crossing.
like
Shots.
daydreaming.
yeah.
Shots.
Do the Billy tweet.
I would
I'm
like
just
to do a
asking.
shot to Billy for being
You
a good
want
sport
some
about the
fuck?
Tappy thing.
Okay, I just linked the Animal Crossing trailer with Doom. Play that trailer.
That's a good try. I'm gonna be
God.
right
Yes, Drayden, pull it up.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll get it ready.
While he's getting
Baby
ready, you can,
shark,
we watch
wash
my
your
dog chew on
hands,
her foot.
Baby shark.
Oh, this is
wash your-
this is
fuck,
not
I'm getting
in
the song wrong. Whatever.
YouTube. That's fine.
What are we doing a shot to? Let's do a shot to something like, you know what? Again, to the art team from CCP.
Yes,
You're not the
the
ones
art
that
team.
mismanage
Guys,
our expectations.
We only have three
I
white
don't
ones.
I
left.
need to
Stop
say
telling
this
us to do
again.
shots.
I need to say this again because it bears repeating.
This is great.
If you have not gone on to CC and got your free avatar and bought your $100 100 ISK skill book
Oh, I
and
was going
trained
to say
it
something
up
about that.
and gone out, you guys need to see it.
While you're
the
redesigning,
the level of detail.
I heard it blows out its own ass. Like
it
it blows
goes
out
seas.
backwards.
It's awesome. It's fucking amazing. Like
It's called prolapse, Dirk.
last night.
No,
The
no, no,
pink
not
shot,
that. I
if
mean,
you
like
will.
it blows out ass word, not like its own ass.
Last night on
Which is
CC,
really
I
hard.
Hardest
for an
trailer
avatar.
I've ever
Are,
seen.
are we playing the
Holy
trailer
fuck.
now? Are you playing the
I
trailer
got it
now?
ready.
This is CCP.
All right.
Take note.
Let
Okay,
me
I'm
finish.
just gonna-
Let me finish my.
Oh, wait,
let
so
me
you got
finish
this
my,
trailer, eh?
my
I don't know. Stop
praise
telling me
of
anything
the
about the
avatar.
next 3 months.
The avatar redesign is amazing. It looks great. The level of detail is insane. It's like a 4K UHD model. You can zoom in super close and see like all kinds of crazy filigree and shit that's on there. It's amazing. And then the Doomsday, the redesigned Doomsday animation is like the fucking Death Star. It's awesome. When it warps, like the little maw closes.
Yeah,
it's just freaking amazing.
Like
it
a
looks
freaking
it
cool.
looks even more like a
Miranda,
flashlight
thank
than
you for
ever
that.
before.
My wife will be happy
but-
that you
Anus
saw it.
The
closes
butthole
shut.
clench.
It
Yes.
does. It looks like your butthole clenches
Wait,
when you're
it
on
went
warp
from
because
a
you're all
horse dick
scared.
to a butthole and like
It's
Is
one
the-
amazing.
Is the urethra open more
It
at the
went
front
from
now?
it went from
reminds me of like
a butt plug to a
I-
fleshlight.
Yeah, it's a
feel like
flashlight
I'm
now.
That's
flying.
exactly what I said. Butt
I'm
plug
flying
flashlight,
like the
easy
planet
peasy.
killer thing in Star Trek that from the
Can-
Doomsday Machine
can
episode,
you
my favorite
fly
episode of
more
Star Trek.
into-
Although
can you-
it could be both
can
at the
you
same
dock
time,
with
Manic.
it?
Can you travel into the anus?
I'm gonna overhype
The
this
Anus?
Avatar because
the
it's
new
fucking
The
Star
Anus.
Trek
That's-
movie
that's
Into
the new
Anus?
ship.
Anus, daddy.
The
That's,
Anus.
that's the new ship. That's
Y'all
the
in the
chain
ass way
lightning.
too much.
That's
You guys
the
can
upgrade
fly
ship. It's
your
gonna be
ships
called
into
the
my
Anus.
Avatar's anus all day long. I have no
The
problems with that.
Anus.
All right, let's show the Animal Crossing
Okay, I'm-
trailer so
I'm
we can
ready.
see what
This
the fuck
is a
Rain is
badass
jizzing
Dude,
all
this is
over.
not an Animal
This
Crossing show.
this got me.
This is a
This
fan-
got
not,
me
but I
hyped
wanna
for
see
two
it.
games.
Point
I'm
of
not gonna
order.
see it any other
This
show.
one trailer got me hyped for two games.
It's a super majority, Dirk. We have to do it. We're overruled.
Point of order.
Okay, I guess we're playing this.
Gentleman's not.
I'm not even
recognized.
gonna bother muting TeamSpeak. So
We should talk over it.
I want
can.
There's no
play
voices
Doom
in it.
and
Play it.
Animal
Go right ahead.
Crossing.
Please redesign the AI next.
Why don't we redesign?
You gotta build the
a
other
heavy
half
sign.
of it.
Is that Doom guy?
A heavy,
Or is that Master
No,
Chief?
Doom guy's coming. There he is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Look at the little tail.
That's hot.
That's
that
Isabella.
Doom guy?
Or Isabel.
Yeah, it's Doom guy.
Yes, it's Doom guy.
Oh shit.
Look at them looking at each other. Like, what?
This game is dark. I didn't
Rip.
think it was good. Where's the fruit?
She's like, I don't know.
Oh, she ain't going down without a fight.
She's a poodle.
She looks like a poodle. She looks like my brother.
She's so cute.
So when you were talking about stealing fruit, Rain, I was thinking it
You
was
just throw
not
it into the
Doom.
lava?
Y'all thought I was joking.
I thought that it was.
Oh shit!
She
did
just punched
did
that
she
guy's
rip
head
that
off.
dude's head
She
off?
just ripped his
Punched
head
his
off.
head off.
This is not what the game really
What
is.
the fuck?
No, it's not. It's a fan made
This
trailer.
is
Oh!
such a good
I was gonna say.
trailer.
God damn it! You got me. I thought that was really the trailer for the game. I was like, that's
Honestly,
not what I
honestly,
imagined.
You know,
Got him.
You know,
I got
you know,
him.
you know who needs to use that as part of like a
I've
video or
never
like make it
seen
even
it.
longer and shit like that? That Korean girl band.
I've
That's
never
literally
seen the
all of
Yeah,
game.
that
Dirk.
one Korean girl
That's
band.
literally
That
fucking
one
all of them.
Korean
That
girl
one
band.
Korean
what's our,
girl
what's
Yeah,
our
you know
band's-
that one.
What's our
One,
band
yeah, just that
rating?
one. No, the one.
There's only one.
Yeah,
SNSD.
that's
Bob's like, I'm
Yeah, the
actually
one that has
downloading
Hidden
it.
chocolate and shit.
I was
Yeah,
to say, if that's the
SNS.
game, I'll
Whatever.
play it.
Whatever their fucking
What
names are.
Unipop?
Because we know that they don't have the Rona right now because Korea locked that shit down.
All I know right now is I am ready to go out and buy Doom Eternal and
Are you guys
Animal
ready?
Crossing.
So they're watching me with all their fruit. Should I just steal it all?
Just steal it. Go
Yeah,
for
just
it.
right in
Do
front of
it.
their face.
Can you flip them off as you
Fuck
do
the
it?
police.
just, like,
Steal
yeah.
Can they
No,
can they
no, they're
stop
not-
you from stealing?
Wait, so
No,
it's
they
an
can keep it
island.
on
Is
the
there
island, but that takes time.
is there an edge or is it water? Is it like a floating island or
yeah,
just
yeah,
water?
yeah,
It's
it's,
like
all,
an
it's all water.
island,
You can't
yeah.
swim.
Steal all their fruit
Alright.
and just throw it in the water.
Throw it at them.
I have a
Create
new I have a
PvP.
new I have a new topic.
Just
to
be like,
bring up,
I'm gonna be a thief
like,
and
once we're
waste
done
it
with
all.
this. Are we done with
Drake.
this?
Give it,
Burn
give
it.
it a good
Burn it.
basting.
Steal
Hey,
their
Drayden.
fruit and then
Yeah.
burn it.
Graydon,
Right
did
in
something
front
come
of
in the
them.
mail today?
Oh, can you pee on it?
In my mail?
What the fuck?
Something come in the mail
People are
today.
into that.
Drayden
though.
doesn't know. He leaves his mail out in the fucking yard for 10 days.
No, I
before he
don't,
touches it, just like the
Graydon, do you know
Matani.
what came in the mail today?
What came in the mail today?
This
These
is great,
nuts.
Cheetah.
Got him!
Got him!
Well, hold on.
God,
Did the
Jesus.
Can't believe I don't
Nets
have
joke
that on
come
the
back?
soundboard.
We gotta get that.
Fuck. Anyways, I told you after the
Damn,
I told you
boy,
after the first hour that we would talk about Eve New Orleans, and we are going to talk
fucking
about fucking
spill.
Eve New Orleans. We're all going to talk. We're also going to talk about other events and things like that. However, Cody's, who is one of the organizers of Eve New Orleans, has come here and decided to grace us with his New Orleans presence.
Oh shit! Hold on, I gotta drag these down.
You mean my shelter?
What?
He's in here already.
No. The
Yes, because I dragged the motherfucker in.
No.
right after I
I'm not
gave
talking
him
about.
TeamSpeak
I'm not talking about him
details.
in TeamSpeak. I'm talking about the visuals so people would see the lights on the thing.
But anyways, okay, so he's here to tell us, okay, I will tell you that
Oh,
Eve
just
New
one,
Orleans
okay.
has been rescheduled tentatively, okay, for August in New Orleans of this year. However, he's here to tell us why that makes fucking sense.
'Cause we won't. The world won't
Did-
be dying
He's
then.
been.
Did I
before
set that
you
up
start-
appropriately?
Before
set
you
it up-
start, he's been mad about this for a little while.
I know.
No, hold on. I'm not mad about this. All right, I'm not mad about this. I was trying to be cautionary about postponing something to a time of the unknown. There are other things I have yet to be mad about.
Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me all right and everything, all right?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can do it.
Okay. So,
Well,
so a city rep from New Orleans told me, when this all started going down, and they actually, because we had to schedule our events and stuff through them, so they have a big, they know what to expect and blah blah blah. And they called with the Marriott sales rep team. They're like, hey, we're not sure about May. How do y'all feel about? Because they don't want to lose anything. They don't want to lose business. Is
Well,
what they're saying.
They're not sure about this May.
Like that's when we had it scheduled. They're not sure about what's going to happen on other events. They've had a shitload of events just get collapsed out from underneath them, and they were saying like we're working with everyone to try to get stuff rescheduled. We would like to push y'all to the fall, August. It's not fall, it's summer, but like they're saying the fall season for them, and say if you guys want to take slots in August, we'd happy to work with y'all. And that's when I pulled the trigger on. I was like, okay, well see what happens over the summer with. I know coronavirus. I'm an old CBRN guy. If y'all don't know what CBRN is, chemical warfare soldiers. Yeah, pretty much.
Chemical, biological, radiation, and like whatever.
Nuclear specialist. Yeah. Oh. So I'm taking this seriously, and like I'm that's why I'm not gonna be opening up registration. I'm gonna keep people posted and stuff like that as we come into May.
I take this seriously.
But
as a veteran.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
No problem. I am keeping a close eye on it, and I'm gonna make sure
Dude,
stuff's
did
going.
somebody in this service just thank a former member of the service for their service?
That's how we get 80% of our thanks for our services.
Yeah, exactly. That's just,
you're welcome.
All right.
But so they came to us with the August dates, and I'm just I'm gonna keep an eye on it and see where it moves on from there. But it wasn't something like people brought up. Oh, deposits. No, we got everything back. New Orleans has been great. They're not being assholes about anything. The hotel's been awesome.
None of you are down for like deposits out of pocket and shit like that, right? Like that's not part of the issue here, right? Here is where you're just trying to like make this thing that got fucked up happen. Like, it's not because anybody is down for like, fuck, if we don't do it this year, I'm out of G or I'm out like 5 Gs or whatever.
No, absolutely not. There's none of that happened. The hotel, we didn't like our contract with the hotel was like they were more excited about having a more public like event thing going on because they have a lot of corporate events. So the hotel didn't even have to sign a guarantee for the rooms. They were just like, here's a fucking 100 rooms, go for it. So they were just like, okay, we'll move to August, no big deal.
Okay. And I do have to ask this, just from having a vague recollection of what warmer months of the year are like down there, let alone whether or not there's still bodies in the street, right? Like, because like August is like, August is still, look, New Orleans is not going through a good fucking time right now. We don't know, okay?
Yeah, we don't.
Honoré may not be there to like, clean the shit up and everything, but August, like when you were like, were you looking at like September, October, November and being like, fuck, that's hurricane season. I don't know if people want to come down here when it rains, but like August, hot and humid as fuck.
So I can tell you from the September all the way up to December stuff is usually really booked up with like the Saint, so LSU and a bunch of other people use those hotels and whatnot. So they said there was absolutely nothing for September through December.
Those games aren't playing next.
No.
And I'm not gonna lie. Last week, I like ran my fucking mouth like I normally do about even the fall. Okay, and forget about hurricane season. Like just the fact that the unknown is the unknown at this point for booking these things.
Oh my God, is it?
I am pretty sure that the reason why we haven't heard anything about Eve San Diego, which is Eve Vegas from last year, moved to San Diego, is because maybe CCP is a little like, skittish about like what they should book and what they should tell people about and things like that out there. Why should anybody believe that moving something to a time when uncertainty still reigns is the thing to do? Why not just sit there and say, nah, next spring?
Well, they didn't have anything for next spring. And it was
they're entirely fucking booked the fuck up for next spring?
Yeah.
Because everyone that's rescheduling from now is doing that.
Everyone is rescheduling from right now. That's what they're saying is everyone is slamming them to have it rescheduled, canceled, whatever.
And they push it back a year. They're all doing that. Everybody's doing that. They're just pushing it out a year.
So then why didn't you get first dibs on the same point of the
Because
time?
we are not nearly as big as compared to some of the people dumping money at them. Like they were being honest.
What do we get replaced with? The cosmetology conference?
That would be bigger than us.
They're probably bigger than
Animal
us.
Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
And for those people out there, that's got nothing to do with Libra and Virgo. That's just like bitches learning how to put eyeliner on.
EVE Online is hyper niche and super small, so we're never going to compete with the larger groups.
But apparently there's a ton of people that like lore, though.
Big events, and LSU does big events for their stuff, and all the other shit.
Why are people yelling out there? Listen to me. I yell because I don't hear sound when I start to have a few drinks.
Are you a veteran?
You don't type in caps because you're drunk.
No, he's just
Dirk doesn't hear sound.
Alcohol goes deaf with alcohol. I mean, Dirk goes deaf with alcohol.
Alcohol
goes deaf with alcohol.
Shush!
Why you people type
you know what I
in
meant?
caps? It's like
I type in caps
away.
all the time. When I type in caps, I do that all the time in Fleet. And if you were ever in Fleet, you would know that. But the point is, I do that because that's how you can tell when I'm kidding. If I'm kidding, I'm yelling because that's a joke. That's how they know. It's like the little like slash sarcasm, but you can't do slash commands in Eve because it's stupid.
I don't get your jokes,
So-
dude. Your jokes
Nobody
are so
ever gets.
old.
Everybody gets my jokes. My jokes are
I
funny.
think your jokes are amazing.
See, that's what I'm fucking talking
You're
about.
hilarious.
Dom is exactly
Chris,
it.
don't let anyone else tell you anything.
Thank you. I am the funniest fucker you have ever seen.
Can you imagine people in New Orleans,
Looks aren't everything.
Louisiana, inviting
Nope. Sure
other
can't.
people from around the country who normally live in their basements and will be living in their basements for the next like little while? Okay,
That is
to,
offensive.
to sit
That
there
is
and
accurate.
Dirk, you're living
To
in your
sit there
fucking
and go,
basement right now.
I
dude.
like my
I'm,
fucking
I
You are
am
in your
literally in my
goddamn
I
basement.
use
basement.
those
right now.
remarks.
And do you
Making
think I
fun of
want to
people in their
sweat like a
basements.
pig in like August in
Do you
New
do you even have
Orleans?
carpet on that basement floor yet?
They'll be
I don't.
Hey,
They'll
I
be
will tell
cool.
you,
I don't.
yeah,
You
just
got a
don't
guy
have
coming
it
in-
replaced
Carefully, and you won't
we
remember
got
it.
a
So
guy
you'll be
coming in
okay.
doing a sump pump, but don't change the channel on me.
yeah.
I don't know about you.
Oh, the subject.
New Orleans is the only place I've been to an Eve meet at, and I had a great time, and I thought it was a
Dude,
great
it is
city.
a fucking baller city.
to an
We all
Eve
want
New
it to be the
Orleans?
most baller event ever.
Can I tell you
But
guys a
the
secret?
Rona and August ass heat.
The Rona.
and hurricanes now that they
Can
announced
I
that
give you
yesterday.
guys some dank NDA leaks?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
I've
ain't,
never-
you ain't got no NDA.
Clap
Unless
them
it's from
cheeks.
FEMA.
I do
Clap
still.
them cheeks, Brisk.
Clapping.
I've never been to New Orleans.
Oh.
I know.
Fucking
That's
I had
what
a-
I was
literally-
I was supposed to meet your
Literally
wife
the
at
worst
NOLA.
leak I've ever heard.
I've never been to New Orleans. I've never been. The closest I've got
It's
is
fun.
playing that Mafia 3 game.
I've never been to New Orleans.
I almost bought that.
Which is pretty close, Brisk. I'm not gonna
Pretty
fucking
close.
lie.
That was
Like
it.
once you get off Bourbon Street, it's like, listen to me,
There you go.
girl.
You know.
Well, Delana's saying there's no
My-
basements in
my,
New Orleans.
My wife barely made it home one night.
That's
It was only because of
probably a
really cool
good
taxi.
Is
thing.
that because they're
below
already
sea
too
level.
far below sea
I
level?
wanna
They're
go
not allowed to
hang
go
out
any
Yeah,
further
with
underground.
yeah.
Progod and-
That's why it is.
and-
I think-
that's why it's like
and
that.
Cody's
I
and the
think
rest of these
having a
guys in
basement
there.
in New Orleans is just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so
I was kind of saying that as a
we
joke,
haven't,
but is that
we
really a
haven't
thing?
said this, but we
I,
probably
I
should.
it wouldn't
at least
surprise me if that was
acknowledge-
actually
Florida
the
doesn't have
reason.
basements either because they're all fucking sand.
I'm going to change the subject briefly. We should probably at least
Well,
acknowledge
I
that.
don't want to change the subject, but I will close it out with this.
We have a
Listen to me.
new guest.
Hold on. Listen, I was going to rant like a motherfucker about them even thinking about something like that. Okay, but I now recognize that Cody's and the rest of the staff down there are just trying to plan ahead, but it may still get canceled. Okay.
Yes.
So they are still being sensible about it, but being optimistic.
What-
They're not trying to say, hey, let's open the fucking country up by Easter. They're saying, but maybe if it is by like
Right.
August. And honestly, the week that they're talking about doing it down there in August is my week at the fucking Jersey Shore, and I'm still skeptical about that.
But
So
So here's my thing. So I was, I had stuff
I
already
just
to go
want to
for
say,
New
at
Orleans.
least it sounds sensible. It doesn't just sound like pie in the sky kind of like.
Right.
thing.
So I had all my set ready to go to New Orleans. I'm just gonna cancel my hotel reservation, obviously, because I didn't pay for anything with that yet. But
Dude,
I'm
you
not
should
gonna
totally go
cancel.
down. The hookers will still be
Well,
there.
no, I'm not gonna cancel my ticket. I'm gonna let it roll over, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my flights to where I get credit through. It's gonna be a bitch with mine because half of my
Dude,
flight is Delta
dude.
and half of it's United.
Drayden.
Like I do Delta all the way to Denver and then United down to New Orleans, I think.
Ugh.
So it's like a
Drayden,
split. But
Drayden, listen to me. You're young, okay? You got nothing to lose. Go to New Orleans on Memorial Day weekend.
just do it.
All
Don't
the
do that.
good
Don't do
hookers
that.
will
Don't do
be
that.
there.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'll be the
Don't do
only
that.
person on the
all
plane.
I would like to say is,
All the
if
good
anybody
hookers will
gives,
be there at a discount. Give them a
If
mask.
anybody-
it's fine.
if any
No,
of
no.
you guys give Dirk beads, fuck you. Okay.
Whatever, dude.
No, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get credit for my flights, and then I will
Do
not
not give him beads.
book
I do
flights
not
right
wanna
away.
See that? I don't want to see his shirt off.
And then when the
Anyway.
time gets
Come on,
closer,
Alright,
if
with
it's
that,
actually
yes,
going to
we
happen
do.
and
With
things
me
are better,
making
then
fun
I'll
of
book
Dirk
the
for
flight.
5
But
seconds.
otherwise, I'll just.
Somebody's
Making
gonna give
fun of
Dirk
Dirk
a
for 5
necklace made of
seconds.
anal beads.
Let us please
Oh,
introduce the
gross.
fact that we have CCP Spider on the show finally. For
Spider!
in here, he came in and said,
Hey,
hi.
how's it going?
So, hi, Spider. Sorry you had to sit through all that bullshit. Dirk finally got up and went and get a beer. So, what's up? Uh-oh.
He's not actually here.
He's not
He's
listening.
not actually here.
I think you have to use push to talk if you don't have it.
Yeah, it's a push to talk. Go tools, then options, and then capture tab, and you can set your push to talk there. And set your microphone and everything.
Delana's getting a daiquiri. That's fine. I'm sure Dirk
She
is
said
probably
she was
going
getting
to
a daiquiri
piss in
like
the
half an
fucking
hour ago.
corner.
Yeah,
She
she's
probably
got so
just
many
procrastination.
daiquiris. Jesus Christ, Delana, ease up on the daiquiris. You
Move your
lush.
daiquiri station beside your.
Why are you going outside of fucking New Orleans?
Just drive through
Don't-
daiquiris.
Don't.
It's fine. She
drive
doesn't have to
through
leave her
daiquiris.
car.
She's out eating a po' boy and a daiquiri right now, being like, "What?
Po'
There ain't
boy
nothing
sounds
going on
so
here."
good right now. I would fucking demolish a po' boy right
I
now.
don't.
Oh
What
my
is a
god.
po' boy?
Very good.
like
Gal
a-
Dragon.
Sandwich.
Rock
It's
the
a
White Claw
sandwich.
Is a small Asian boy from Thailand?
No.
Oh
There-
no.
There you go. Miranda's got hers too.
No,
There
that's
is
different.
you
That's a
or
faux
is you
boy.
ain't pissing in the corner in a bucket.
No, dude, I got a fucking Gatorade bottle, bro.
All right. I'm just making sure.
Dude, have I?
Okay.
not-
Okay. We got Spider now.
Hey!
What's up, Spider?
How are you?
Just turn him
Yeah,
up. a
not
little
much,
bit.
man. Just I got
Was I
dunked
on
on in a
camera when
fleet.
I fucking did that? It's like, what the fuck? How did you know?
Okay, there we
Stop
go.
talking. Let CCP Spider talk. Holy shit.
Oh shit, Spider! I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Spider's
I
here. How's it
Hey.
going?
I'm sorry, I was
Hey,
pissing in the
Don't
bottle.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I had to jump away for like 5 seconds, but yeah, I just got dunked on in a fleet, and I heard about this little chat here, so I decided to jump in and see what you guys were shooting the shit about.
Well,
It's just a little show we do every Friday night.
Yeah,
No
so I
big
heard.
deal.
It's new. It's new.
Mm.
We're hoping that you have some dank leaks about what the trailer
Yeah,
means.
what
'cause
what
we
can
had
you
lots
leak
to
about
talk
Quadrant 2?
Don't
Yes,
we all?
Spider. Why don't you tell
We'll put
me
you on the
more?
spot right now.
Tell us, Spider.
Jesus.
What does
Well,
Eclipse
you know,
mean?
us some great
I
secrets,
think you
Spider.
guys have as many questions as I do, and I think that's what
There you go.
we're
How
going
can you-
for here.
how Even can you internally. not
know?
I think
Oh,
maybe he
just
does
because I
but
know
he
doesn't
doesn't
mean
tell
I'll
us.
tell. You
Can
know?
you guys ask something to Spider about what he knows about, like maybe the CSM minutes?
What do you know?
Yeah,
Spider?
actually,
yeah,
when
when
did
did
they
those
get
come
those?
out?
Are they coming out?
Spider, tell me your
Whoa,
secrets.
whoa, 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 whoa! Do we
That
have
is
to go
actually
around
something
the
I
horn
can
again?
talk about.
What you know?
By the way, Drayden, can you hook me up with like webcam stuff so I can actually feel like an actual person on this?
You
stream?
want a cam?
shit.
Oh my
God! We have a
Yeah.
CCP motherfucker that wants
Okay,
to come on.
yes. All right, so yes, we can
Exciting.
do that.
I'll send him the Zoom.
Yeah, send him the Zoom
Yeah.
link, and then I
Hook me up.
will add another cam, and then I will have to
Where?
just do live manipulating around the thing, but
I
it's
say
fine.
we just kick Bunny off
Do it
because he's
live.
mining.
Hold on, just throw him right in the middle, bro.
No,
Just
Bunny
throw him right in the middle.
Kick
Big
Bunny
screen.
off.
Big screen.
Oh man, you don't
And
want
put
to do
and
that.
then put a picture of Hilmar looking over his shoulder.
All right, so Rain's gonna DM you the. Okay, so we got Spider coming on. Here we go. Now it's gonna be wonky with the cameras till I get these fixed, but just give me like 3 minutes and we'll get it done.
Everybody
I'm
who's
just-
on cam should be looking at the live cams, not looking at the stream. Relax.
Oh man, I've got
There
like
you
a
go.
live stream camera, man. I bought this Razer
Uh,
thing, and it's got like a circle
got a
light and
Razer
everything,
camera?
man. It's yeah,
Hey,
it's,
hey
it's-
Spider,
Razer
mute
makes
yourself,
cameras?
mute yourself in Zoom for us, will
You're
you?
not losing
Ra-
using a
Razer
Logitech
makes everything.
920C like a pro.
it's like this thing was cheaper actually.
What? Bro, we're not trying to get you to use a cheaper camera. We're trying to get you
I
to
know,
use a
it was
better
cheaper, but it
camera.
was better.
gotta
Well,
step
I
it
think
up.
his
And
camera
it
looks
has
Step it
fine
up.
compared to everybody else's. I mean, I'm the only one that's got a good camera on this fucking show.
Dude, what
I've
is
got.
your
Don't give
Hey,
camera?
Spider
don't
a
you,
hard time.
don't you talk about my camera that way, Brisk.
All right,
Yeah, but-
Manic has a good camera.
God
too.
damn! Look, he's almost got my beard. Him and I are gonna go hug later.
There you go.
Oh, this is my working from home beard. I'm gonna grow it out until I
That's
get
not
to
your
go back
Viking
to the
beard?
office.
That's not your Viking beard.
beard.
See, you got to grow that out to a Viking beard. That's how you get like a higher position up there.
No, but he's got the
No.
camera like swoop going on.
No, he does got the hair going. Look at that
Oh,
flow,
yeah.
man. That flow is like complete out there. It's like, yeah.
All right, so regarding the CSM, actually, I do know that CCP Dopamine is polishing and fine-tuning some things, and we hope to get those minutes out to you guys as soon as possible. And Jesus Christ, I look like a mad scientist with this
Nah, you
hair.
look
What
fucking
the
awesome.
hell?
You
That's
look
pretty
like
cool.
a homeless person.
I'm
You
not gonna
should-
lie. I'm about
Oh,
to
he
I'm
does
saying
it.
You
to
should
miss my
mute
wife right
yourself
now.
on Zoom
Look.
though.
I have.
Oh
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah. Real
None
quick,
of you
Spider
guys
on.
have seen.
Uh,
None of you guys have seen Spider the way that I have seen Spider, because that poor man sat through 2 sessions of the CSM, sick as a fucking dog, wrapped in a blanket,
Oh yeah.
looking like death warmed over. He looks great compared to that. So I give. Thanks for coming on at 2 a.m.
Yeah, don't
fucking
worry about it,
Iceland
man.
time.
I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
having a couple
Glad you
drinks and,
didn't
you
say
know,
naked in
playing
the
some
closet.
Eve and having some fun. But I mean, honestly, like regarding the CSM minutes, it's like getting the minutes down in the sessions is not so much of an issue, but it's the whole polishing and just getting everything ready. It's not so much that we are filtering anything out. It's more so that we just want to present it in a professional way. Because I'll be perfectly honest, I've been taking the CSM minutes for the last 3 years now, and I jot down just the weirdest shit all the time.
Hold on. You know what? And because I knew that, I'm throwing a shot out there right now to Spider because he has been Minutes Boy. Like he's been Minutes Boy for the last 3 years. It's like only because of him.
Skull.
And likewise, I need to give a shout out to Dopamine. He's cleaning up my little mess, and it's, progress is good. We'll hopefully see that coming out soon. Naturally, we've had a lot of shit coming out lately. I know you guys have been talking about our trailer. I heard that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
They weren't serious.
Did
They
you-
were just
did you
trying to be
hear?
edgy and shit.
We were 100% serious. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Also, can I just point out, I stole a bunch of cherries on this island, and then they kicked
Rain,
me off.
shut
Rain,
up!
I
shut
just got
Jesus,
kicked off
Rain.
the island.
Fuck up!
Voted out. Oh,
Rain,
man.
Is there a rain? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's gonna be a new one.
What's that
Soundboard?
game called?
Is that the new one?
Hey guys,
Playing
you know
the-
who else got a Switch?
I have to work on it.
Who?
Carol fucking Baskin.
Well, I've got a Switch.
Oh,
Fuck Carol. Fuck
I
Baskin.
haven't
I've got
even
a Switch,
seen
but I
that
play
show.
Pokemon
From
on it.
Baskin and Robbins?
God.
it didn't save all the cherries I stole. So this person lost all these cherries.
Wait, what game is that? It's the new one. It's not the Doom
Animal
game.
Crossing, yeah. Animal
Oh,
Crossing.
yeah. You're playing Animal Crossing. Dude, I'm just playing
Animal
Pokemon.
Crossing
so
Eternal.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah.
I have
If
I
Pokemon
wanted to
Free
play
on my Game Boy DS.
Dude, I love
That
the
is like
DS.
the OG game.
The
I love
DS
that.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
The DS is still.
It's
My kid
painful,
loves
I'm
his
just saying.
DS. He still plays it, and it's been out forever.
It's like retro cool, you know?
It is. Totally is.
I wish I could find my Game Boy Pocket
the
though.
Game Boy
Bris-
Advance. I love the Advance.
Brisk, are you just holding
I don't
back
like
on
the
your
shape of
child,
the
or
Game Boy
like,
Advance,
or is that like all you
No,
can
he's
do?
got a Switch. He plays all this
Okay.
stuff, but he likes his DS. He plays the whatever that Tamagotchi
He
life,
goes-
whatever
he-
some
he-
game is. He loves that
Hold
game.
on. Does anybody
Did you
remember
just say
Tamagotchi?
Tamagotchi? Jesus.
I
Something
remember
like- I don't know what the
Tamagotchi.
fuck it
I
is.
had a
Tamagotchi,
Tamagotchi. I had
I
a
had a
Tamagotchi
Tamagotchi.
was the
Yeah.
shit.
Tamagotchi.
Does
I totally
anybody
had it.
remember
Oh my
that?
God.
Like, I
Yeah,
believe
I
that
had it.
Miranda does.
Love Tamagotchis.
I grew
I
up
believe
with that
Miranda
shit, my
knows what a
dude.
Tamagotchi is from being a child that used a Tamagotchi. But like,
Absolutely.
I remember it from being the dad in the house where my daughter comes to me and she's like, "My Tamagotchi died."
Tamagotchi.
Okay, Boomer.
I had
Yeah.
one when I was like
Hey,
13
okay.
years old.
And then I had to.
I think I was
something
13 when
in
I
my
had mine.
reset.
Nah, I mean, I grew up with that shit. 100%. Like, that is my age group.
What if
and
what if we in the back of Eve stuck a hairpin into it and just reset?
Stick a pin in it.
Oh, dude, that would be fucking chaos, man.
Dude, how much fucking chaos would that be though?
All
I
the
mean,
chaos.
like, wouldn't the equivalent be like if, like, hypothetically, if every single, coalition and alliance just like null set their entire,
Dissolve all alliances.
yeah, just
Uh,
no,
but you know
You
what?
talk
No,
about
we don't-
you
just
talk
like,
about
coalitions,
shifting
just
the balance of power.
everybody
you
takes their
wouldn't. You wouldn't,
standings.
though.
Talk about
You guys
shifting
are
the balance
bad.
of power. Dissolve all alliances.
I know. And
Delete
you know what?
standings.
Everybody has talked
you know
about
what
that
happens
for
then? But
years
guess
about
what? Guess
resetting
what?
the game. Hold on. Everybody has talked about for years. What if we just reset the game? The fact of the matter is, the mental kind of know-how about how it works and all of the back-end systems would not be reset. It would just
if they
actually
actually
come back
reset the, if
quicker
you want to see
and put other
Eve
people back
die,
further.
if you want to see Eve die overnight, then yeah, reset Eve. Everyone will quit.
But not only
Not
that,
everyone.
yeah,
but
but
everyone.
not
Most
everyone,
people
but
will
the
quit.
whole-
Not that they'll quit. It will be made
No.
worse by a
No,
reset.
it's just nobody's going to
The
come back after they
majority
put all
of
this time in
people
and they
will
know it's going to
quit.
get wiped. They're
I
never
would
going
come
to do
back.
that.
I like it that much.
The point is, the one thing I will say, the whole wipe alliances, that's not going to work either because all the big alliances have outside stuff that can't
Exactly.
be touched that'll keep them still going.
Yeah,
you could
but can
have
I
Goons
chime in, like,
or
a
Test
hypothetical?
or any of those guys
Hold on.
in Noob Corps because they all know each other.
Spider had a
So,
point.
like,
and we have to
I'm
remember
curious.
Spider's
I mean,
here, so
like,
everybody needs to give like
just,
space.
throwing shit out here. I mean, what if everyone just like had a gentleman's agreement overnight that they would just reset all fucking standings, like all coalitions would die, everything, like just reset
prisoner's
everything
dilemma is the
as
problem.
a gentleman's agreement. And hear me out. it's not that they would, after 24 hours, just agree to fucking jump back into the same situation. They would just literally reset everything, and like the foundations and the trust had to be rebuilt.
So like not only in game, but also all of those relationships out of game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
in game,
it's unrealistic.
It's unrealistic, but holy fuck! If you want to talk about shaking things up, that would be fucking awesome.
I mean, you know, like I just do my job. I'm not in game design, but I mean, you know. I mean, for the sake
this
of
is not
like,
about
you know,
game
for,
design.
I'm not a game designer either. Just let me talk about like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, this is not about game design or what CCP does. At that level, you're talking about what do human beings do with all the tools that they have on the outside.
Exactly.
So therefore, that's why you can't do it in game
it would
because
be
out of
impossible.
game they've already got it covered.
Exactly, and I mean, you know, you can tie it to this
It's
whole,
fun
you
to
know,
think about.
The grander scheme of things of, you know, what CCP can do for the game, but at the same time, I mean, you know, in this hypothetical scenario, you know, that I throw it out there just for shits and giggles, you know,
Is this
you
coming
guys
in
have
Quadrant
the
2?
capabilities
Confirmed.
to
This
just
is happening
absolutely...
in Quadrant 2. CCP Spider just confirmed.
You guys are bad.
Everybody tweet quick.
Tweet it out.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Take
you
the
know,
clip.
we have the power to do some things, but at the same time, you guys are perfectly capable of just absolutely pushing that big red button and just
Reset everyone. Let's
fucking
do it.
That's the
everything up.
problem, though. There's
resets
a
the
lot of
Imperium. Bunny,
there's a
you
lot
and
of
I
people
reset
who are
each
risk
other.
averse now.
Let's reset everyone.
These
I mean,
coalitions
yeah,
have
Manic, you
gotten
have a
so
valid
big.
point.
As if it isn't
I'd
everyone.
lose a lot less than everyone else.
These coalitions have
Billy,
gotten so
reset all your
big that they
blues.
don't want to risk
You
what
first.
they've worked
Doing it
for.
right now.
So they've become risk averse. I think it's an actual problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing to consider, but I'm just saying it is an option. I mean, if
It is an
the
option,
right
but nobody's gonna
environment is
take it.
created for everyone, then this is definitely something that you guys could just be like, fuck it, whatever.
I would
Push the
I would
button.
love to see it happen. I would love to see it happen, but
I
it's
would love
never
to see it happen
going
just
to.
for just to see how things redevelop. It would
I mean,
be
you
amazing.
talk about fucking chaos era.
Eve would not duplicate itself. It wouldn't happen today.
No.
No.
Hold on, time out. Even if
Today's
you
world, it
assumed,
wouldn't happen.
even if
Today's
you
world.
assumed for a moment, okay, that people would adhere to it for a little while and all that kind of shit, while they like in the outside, they would just be building up their forces from like, you know, within, and then bam, it would just explode out into the same thing that we have now.
I think if you completely reset Eve tomorrow, if you completely reset Eve tomorrow, it would not be in 17 years, it wouldn't be the same Eve that it is today.
I agree, 100,000%.
No, it would be that within
It'd be something different.
3 years. Like it
I don't think it would be.
literally be that within 3 years. It would happen quicker. It wouldn't take 17
The
years.
Blue Donuts,
no
the
way.
Blue
Or
Donuts
even
No
what
way.
I,
No,
or
you're
even
right.
what
The
I
Blue
believe
Donuts
to
would
be
immediately be
10
right
or
back.
11 years
That's fine,
to get there.
but the game itself just would not. It just wouldn't be.
It
what
would
is
not be.
today.
It would not be
3
the same.
years. 3
You can't.
years max,
You
we'd
can't.
be back to the same
Let me
fucking thing
drop
y'all
some
talking about.
Buddhist. Let me drop some Buddhist
I
wisdom on
highly
you.
doubt it would be 3 years.
A man can never step in
Significantly
the
longer.
river
You
twice.
can't
have to
step
realize
into
how
the
much-
same river twice.
You have to realize how much leadership loss you would experience in that kind of a situation.
Yes, absolutely.
And it would be substantial. And like,
Or
as
then,
much
or then it's worse because Matani would still fucking be here, and like his crew would still be here. That would mean that other people would be quitting
It's
out there.
worse
When you're talking
because
about
You're part
Matani
of that.
loss.
You're
still
part of
be
that
here.
crew. Dirk, you're part of that crew.
I'm not
so-
fucking part of that crew.
Now
I'm
look at your
literally motherfucker who's just
lines
like
tag there.
flying a
Look at
ship.
your lines tag. I am too.
No, I get
Look
that.
at your lines tag.
No, I'm
Oh, I
talking
gotta
about-
fix
I'm talking about
Mannix.
I'm talking about the people that hold organizations together and things like that, right? I don't hold an organization together. I'm saying that the know-how that was gained
did
from
it.
the prior generation, like if all we did was a reset, that is an easy game for them to play. And if that means that leaders from other organizations cave, those guys won't. Those guys will be like, we know other leaders from those other organizations are going to cave. Therefore, we got to hold our shit together. We go back to doing the same thing, which was a whole bunch of us being under the shield. This would be easy. 3 years, it would be absolutely worse than what it is now.
Or different.
CCP, you know how they have Alpha and Omega? What if they introduced a third type called permadeath, where if you die on your character, it's deleted forever?
Rise talked about that a couple of
I
years
know.
ago.
I think it'd be super fucking fun.
I don't think people
Well, there was
understand what
there was
permadeath
talk
means, though.
about like having a separate character
pretty
that you could use
self-explanatory.
that would do that. That you could do that on. That would be like hard mode.
Fuck you, Manic.
Or a one-way.
It's
But I don't- I don't-
It's self-explanatory, you fucker.
You die forever. You're not
Do people know what permanent death means?
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you to
Hold on.
death.
You know what? A lot of Corona people do, and I'm gonna do a shot right now because you know what?
Whoa.
That's the way it's
Oh,
happening.
fuck,
Yikes.
I'll be right back. I
Get
gotta
a
get more
shot
White
of
Claw.
string cheese while I load into this guy's island.
How do you do
Well,
a
now-
shot of string cheese? Just
Yeah.
You're gonna watch.
Honestly,
would
Vicky,
watch
unless-
it.
unless-
Look
unless
at
you
it.
throw
Do
that
that
right there.
all in one bite.
we get to watch.
Spider, I'm sorry that you have to
Just no
watch
shame
Rain
it.
eating string cheese on camera. I
Oh, I wanna
apologize for
see it.
this.
I want to see your
No,
story.
no, but,
don't
like-
worry, I'll
but like
watch
seriously,
it.
I understand what Spider is talking about, and Spider is here, so therefore I want Spider to fucking
Yeah.
talk. Okay.
No, I mean, you know, I'm just shooting
But
shit.
these are the things. These are the things that like
Welcome.
roll out there into the minds of Eve players and shit like that. There's
Yeah, I
no
mean,
there's
you know.
no simple answer for the world, just like there's no simple answer for Eve. This
I
is
mean-
complex shit.
At the same time, man, I've been playing the game for what is it, 16 years now. You know, I've had all these ideas, and you know, things have popped in my mind. I've had these discussions at FanFest, and I've been here and there. It's everybody's gonna have these discussions, and it's always a valid discussion, in my opinion, to have, and you know, get feedback from here and there. And it's ultimately it's deciding what we do with it and where we go forward with it, and it's you know, at the same time getting your feedback from that and going forward with it. It's all valid.
Is it hard at CCP Central when like there are people that play this game and like, you know, help manage the player aspect of this game or talk about this game or whatever, where it's like they're talking way deeper than just basic ass what does one ship do to another? Like this is a game, the ecosystem, right? The ecosystem is a really big deal right now.
Dude, if you're gonna segue me into an ecosystem
I'm gonna
discussion,
give
I'm sorry.
you-
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna-
go.
I'm
We
gonna
need
bring
to
you
keep
to
retired.
where I
Doing
think
it.
you might
He
want
was
to
like-
Scare 'em off, Dirk.
Totally do it.
Frickin' drifters with frickin' lasers attached to their frickin'
No,
heads.
not freaking drifters. Nobody gives a shit about drifters.
All right,
We're talking
so-
about ecosystem. Drifters
Yeah,
are a
that-
tool for managing the ecosystem, depending on how they work that.
Well, it depends on how it's deployed, but yeah, it's not something I am capable of talking about. The whole ecosystem is under CCP Bertati. He's going to be on multiple shows over the weekend and talking about stuff.
What if we took
It's
your
gonna be on
CCP
the
title
Meta show
off of
tomorrow,
you?
isn't he?
What if we took your CCP title off of you and you were just another gamer talking shit out there about like stuff going on in Eve?
Don't
You know
think
what
that's how
he'd
that
say?
works.
Then I would
That
have
might
to
trick
like,
you, Dirk.
blur my voice and
No, hold on. and we put you behind a you're a
we'll-
cocaine
We'll blur
warlord
your
kind of
face.
screen.
We'll modulate your voice.
well, I'll
Because we
answer-
enjoy people just talking about Eve and like the crazy.
player has
like,
no
We
name.
don't
I will-
want to
I
put
will- I
anything
will
on
say
you
this.
for like
A
saying
player
it out
has
loud.
no name.
I will say this whole team speak, this whole chat right here got a whole lot chiller as soon as CCP Spider came in.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I
we all,
would-
we
Because we're
all
all
want to
scared
hear
of it.
what
To
he
be
has
fair,
to
to
say.
be fair, our
Many
It was
anger-
chill
talking
when we
shit
did-
about the video
Hold
now.
up.
Are
chill
they?
when I was the
our
chairman.
anger about the video earlier was
But now
not
it's
at
chiller.
a specific dev, right? We're not gonna sit here and shit on CCP Spider about a video that
No,
he
no,
may
no.
or may
Oh,
not
no,
have
I-
control over.
Oh yeah.
No,
So
You're
that
not
no,
gonna
is
shit in
probably
front of
why
somebody,
I
right?
got
hold
more
him
chill.
personally responsible.
No, my
Yes,
issue
Spider.
with my issue with the trailer is more of like an ideological thing. It has nothing to do with the trailer itself. It's more like
Right.
representative of how I'm feeling about CCP.
Can I
Wow, man.
can I finish Dirk's point and then I'll
Yes.
get to you, Manic?
Finish my point.
Please,
Exactly.
please.
So, regarding the whole economy thing, I mean, you know, it is my job working on social media. I am very much in touch with what you guys are saying on social media, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, or the forums or whatever. I am very much in tune with that. I am commenting on it. I am the guy that, you know, is, along with my boss, posting things, commenting.
Who's your boss?
CCP Roughage, he is a wonderful guy. He is
We
an
know
amazing
he
boss.
is.
I like Roughage a lot.
He
You know what? I'm doing a shot to Roughage because you know what? I
Yeah,
love Roughage.
Yep.
I love
I'm
me
gonna-
some Roughage.
He's a great guy. He definitely has taught me a lot. Both him and my other boss, who's our head of PR, they've really taught me a lot in my current position, which I'm kind of developing into. Not that I want to rant too much about that, but my ultimate point is that I definitely do see, and we all do see your feedback, and we see it from wherever it comes from, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. And we do take that into consideration. And with a trailer, it's yeah, I mean, we saw the comments. I heard what you guys were saying, but there's a whole debate about, what a trailer is trying to achieve, if I could phrase it like that. I mean, personally, I love when we do trailers that, really fucking celebrate the community. That is, the EVE Online community. That is one aspect of it. And then on the other flip side of it, we have trailers that are trying to focus on new features, trying to, tease what is coming up next, what is on the horizon. And, we have to find a balance between that, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think.
Can you confirm what I was saying before about the fact that CCP is not out there right now talking about 6, 9, 12 months in the future, or even more? They're like, we are going to talk to you guys about what we can deliver.
I don't know if I'm like the right person to talk about that, but I mean,
I get what you're saying, Dirk.
Well,
yeah, I
what
get
I'm
where you're
saying
coming
is
from.
what Rise communicated to us back in the fourth quarter of 2019, way before the Rona hit and all that kind of shit. Okay, like the fact that they recognized, let's not miscommunicate about stuff that we can't deliver over a 1, 2, 3 year period. Let's just talk about what's going on that we can deliver.
Okay, so yeah, when you put it like that, definitely, we have been, that's been in the top of our minds.
I feel like Matterall right now. It's like, fuck, I'm just really serious right now. I gotta loosen up.
But it's a good discussion. But yeah, it's been, on the top of our minds. It's been like in the what is the phrasing, like the front of our mind or whatever it is.
Yeah.
We definitely, we give that some good considerations, and I think the first quadrant and everything that Team Talos did, everything Team Raw did, is definitely a good delivery of that, and I'm just hoping we keep it up. But I mean, yeah, I can't really go into more, details about it. It's
say
just
what
not
you
my-
think.
So
don't
Spider,
tell us what you know. Say what you think.
So back to the trailer thing. So it sounds like the idea for this trailer, at least I think the community had an idea that this trailer was going to impart information, but it sounds to me like the goal was to just hype everybody up with, hey, there's some cool stuff happening, but be vague about it. Is that kind of accurate, or am I misrepresenting or misunderstanding the goal?
Ultimately, I'm unfortunately not in a position to
All right,
comment on
I
that.
hate
mean,
asking
like,
you questions you guys can't answer.
yeah, it's like, we probably have the answers somewhere, but I'm not the guy to ask about it or answer it.
All right, we'll stop bugging you about the trailer then.
Nah, don't worry about it. Like, at the same time, it's like I like the trailer, but at the same time, I understand that we ultimately have two different kinds of trailers that we deliver.
Yeah.
And as I've said, as Dunk has alluded to, you guys have said in the past that you don't want to provide as much information ahead of time, that you're gonna tease things and not so much provide us with stuff ahead of time. Again, I'm just gonna say, for the record, tell me everything a week before it happens, so I can be prepared. That's my thing. But I know what you guys are trying to do, so we understand.
Yeah, I mean, valid feedback. I mean, ultimately, the people who make these decisions and control these things are not me, unfortunately.
I know. You just get to come on, hang out with us, and we can yell at you about it.
I want to stress. I I don't want to speak for anybody else, but at least for me, I do tend to, I don't know if I get mad, but maybe I get a little frustrated, but it does come from a place of love, if I can even say that.
Affection.
It's
Affection.
tough love.
Because I fucking
He
love
hits you
this
because he
game.
loves you.
Right, exactly. I beat you because I love
This
you.
game fucking
No.
loves you too, man.
You know what?
But it's
There are
but
times on
seriously,
those
like,
nights when I beat
I-
your wife
I
that I
care
also
about
was
this
affected
shit.
for her.
I care about this shit, and I have an idea of how shit
0
should
to 100,
happen.
Dirk.
And it did, you know, I recognize that it's not up to me in any regard. But when I get frustrated because I do love this game and I want to see it succeed. And when I see things happening that, oh my God, I'm drinking way too much. When I see things happening that I think are going to like jeopardize the health or the future of the game, that's when I get frustrated. And yeah,
You
that's,
sound like a real bitter vet, Manic.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
welcome
know
to bitter
where-
vetness, man.
I'm-
You just-
I think I'm a bitter
Are-
vet now.
You're having
I
like
think
your
I-
social crisis right now. That's
I think I'm a bitter vet now. I think this is it. It's happened. It finally
Welcome to the
happened.
club,
After 10
dude.
years.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
say you
did
do
it,
sound like
guys.
a
Yay.
disappointed
But-
parent.
Can I ask?
It's not
I
mad,
hate
he's
to be
disappointed.
I hate to be a dick, but Manic, does that mean you're playing again?
I
'Cause
mean,
I thought you weren't playing before. I thought you stopped
I-
playing because of.
I mean,
Yeah,
the-
you came
the
back and
last
joined
thing.
PL, and then you're already gone. Your name tag is wrong. You're not in
Yeah.
PL.
I think I joined PL for like a month.
Yeah, what is?
I do need to log in. I was doing some
Oh,
exploration a couple
someone
of weeks
else.
ago.
Not to call him out, but Corky Scott is fucking playing again. That blew that.
Yeah.
Corky-
And you know what?
That blew
You know
my
what?
mind.
Because he
Time
joined
out.
my
He's in it.
Time out.
Because he
Corky.
joined my corporation.
He's
Yeah,
in
yeah,
on
he
his
did.
corporate
Yeah.
thing.
Time
It's
out.
so awesome.
Time out. Time out. Time out. Can I just say this about
Here
Corky?
we go.
Okay. Corky's got the money to just like pay his sub 1 month and be like, "Where's Rain? I'm gonna go join that," and then disappear for another 6 months.
That's
don't
what he
give a fuck.
does. I love
Absolutely
Corky.
not.
He's great.
Playing,
He's got so
playing
much
and
ISKI
paying
to do
and
whatever the fuck
finding
he
out
wants.
where Rain is just what he does.
He didn't
He's
join
done it for like
PL?
3 years.
Corky and I were
Corky
laughing
joined
about.
my
He's in D-
corporation
he's in
because he
DCON.
knows
He's in
where the
DEF
best
CON.
place to be is. That's why. Like, plain and simple.
Pando has got like this massive corp full of amazing Eve players, and
Aw.
Corky's in there now. He's got Miranda. He's
Corky's
got
a really good
Tiana.
player.
He's
Oh,
got
shit.
himself.
Oh shit, are they in
Yeah,
it?
they
Corky's
really
a
good
good
love.
Yeah,
Corky's
that-
a good
he's in
dude.
it.
I met
It's like, fuck, I need to
Corky.
log in and,
I
like,
met
find out
Corky
who
at
the fuck's in
Vegas.
in and
I
out.
think Corky bought me a drink.
And
Corky,
actually,
didn't
Corky,
you,
like,
didn't you
told
buy
me
me
he
a
was in it
drink?
last week.
Of
I
course
was
he
kidding.
did. He was hanging out with us the whole
Cor-
time. He was
Corky
there
bought
all
me
over
a
the
drink
place.
at the what was the bar in
Toronto?
the fucking in the fucking
The
was it
Bird
the f-
Bar.
not the Bird Bar.
That was
Corky
the one with the
wasn't in
flamingo.
Vegas, was he?
Cheers.
Corky was in Vegas. Was it
no,
the,
not this last Vegas, was
Corky's
he?
always in
80?
Vegas.
He wasn't.
He-
he
no,
never
no,
been
he
to
wa-
a
no, no,
Vegas
no,
Hold
show.
on, wait a second.
What
Was
was
he
it?
not there
What's
I
the
don't
last
want
bar
to seem
called?
like the guy who doesn't remember.
Corky,
Not-
were you in the
not
Hard
Planet
Vegas last
Hollywood.
time, weren't you?
Not the Heart Bar. What?
What's 30
80
30?
82,
Ah,
82?
he missed last year. So what? Which one?
28,
The link?
28?
The link
35,
one?
35.
35,
35, 35.
Wait. Was Corky in Vegas
know,
this
it was-
year?
No, he wasn't.
no,
Oh
He
no, I was saying
last-
no.
he was in Vegas
I was
last
saying
year.
Not the
20,
fucking-
Not the most recent one, but the one
Yeah,
before
I was
that.
saying
I think it was
he
2017.
was in Eve
Corky
North.
bought me a
He
drink
was
at
in
the
Eve North.
35,
We hung out with him
35.
in.
I appreciate it.
Jesus Christ.
No, we hung out with
Would you
him 2
people
years
listen to
ago.
me about who was there?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I thought you
I-
guys were talking
well,
about this last Eve Vegas. Like,
I
no, he
just
wasn't there, but
assumed
he
that
was.
Cork's going to be
Right.
at everything, so
He
I
was
kinda
at
thought
Eve
he was
North
there, but I guess I
in
missed
Rain,
Toronto.
can you
We
hear
know,
me now?
we know
Yeah, you're
Corky's God was in Toronto.
I just
We
gotta
have a
lean
measurement
into
of
it.
that because we have.
We saw it in the
pictures with
video.
him.
He was in the
literally
video.
Remember the
rooming with
aquarium?
me
We
in
were there
Toronto.
with him. You know what the pictures we have with Corky's God in Vegas this past year? Zero.
I just remember all the constant. Like he was
It's okay.
every time
I'm
we
not
went
saying
anywhere in
don't
Toronto.
give
Corky
from the
shit.
night.
Don't you
I'm
dare
saying
give
when I
Corky
look at
shit.
my iPhone
Corky's
the
my
next
bro.
day, who was
I'll-
there?
I'll-
No,
I'm
every
gonna
time we
white
went
knight
anywhere in
Corky.
Toronto, he would.
Hey,
He'd
where's
look at
Spider
the
going?
menu. And
Spider,
be like,
where are you going?
He's running away.
Spider,
Yeah,
don't
the
leave.
Spider.
No,
He just
Spider,
he's
don't
disappeared.
come back.
Whoa! Did he just disappear
Oh,
into
he
the
was
green
like
screen?
Walk back into that
dematerialized.
background.
He just disappeared
think
into
he
the green
got
screen.
corner
Hold
like
on,
Dirk.
time
How
out,
does
time
he do
out.
it?
No, he didn't. Wow. His
It's a
chair-
Zoom
He
background.
teleported.
No.
Zoom
No, No, it's.
That's how
Yes.
All right, here. While he's away.
I believe the
Listen
truth
to
is
me.
out there.
Listen to
I'm
me.
sure he can hear us.
This is behind the scenes. No, he can't
He
hear
took
us.
his
He
headphones
took his
off.
headphones off.
off.
Okay, unless he's got like secret headphones underneath. Okay, it's like, can we
Hi,
just
Anton.
let Spider have a serious fucking moment?
We did, didn't we?
He
We
literally
did.
said
Yes,
he
we
was here to
did.
bullshit with
Yes,
us.
Yeah, we
did.
let
I
him-
don't
we
think
let
he
him
did
have a
the
serious
serious
moment.
moments.
Before
He
the
just
next
wants to be
time
a
he's
bro
gotta
with
go
the rest
pee.
of us, Dirk.
Yeah, I think he just wants to be on the show.
Yeah,
I'm
We
just
got
excited
like
to
chill.
8 minutes left.
Guys,
Spider
when
is
was the
cool as
all right,
fuck.
stop,
If people don't know,
Just
time
let
out,
it
time out,
happen.
time out,
Time
time
out,
out,
time
time
out,
out,
time
hold
out,
on,
time out.
hold on.
When was the last time this show had a CCP on
Shut
it?
up! Don't say things
cannot-
like that.
I think it
When
was
does it
Vegas.
happen?
I think
Why?
Vegas.
months ago.
I think
He
Vegas was
literally
the
said
last
like 8
time that
times
we
he
had
just wants to bullshit with us.
I can't remember the last time we had somebody.
Vegas.
fine.
It was
Shut up.
literally Vegas.
I'm not
on.
saying it's. I'm not
Dude,
saying we should be
Dude,
all
there
like,
are some
oh my
things
God,
you don't say out loud.
I just look. This is not
Let
like
it
talking to your
happen.
pitcher during a no hitter. I'm just
Just let
asking.
it happen. Just let it happen.
Okay, God,
Just
I don't like that.
Let it.
okay.
Just
Have you
let it
people
happen.
never been here? Are you people so weak you've never been here
What do you mean,
before?
you people?
Let the man go take a piss, probably in a game bottle.
In the meantime, while he's taking a piss, I have a question for Billy. Billy, when did the tappy thing become like a slur? I don't remember that because
It's not a
I used to
slur,
get
it's a
corrected.
Term of affection.
So
I used to get
basically,
corrected by
ignore.
calling you test, and now all of a sudden it's like a bad thing. When did that happen?
So basically, I think it was somewhere in like mid to late 2017.
17, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of members of PL started using that as kind of like a derogatory term to like kind of like slip in the side to kind of like downplay us a little bit. And over the
Just
years,
slip it
it's
in.
yeah, well, it's very
Okay.
inconspicuous, right? So it doesn't sound like super annoying. It's just call them tappy instead of test to kind of
Yeah, it's
deride
just
them a
like
little.
meant to be on the edge, right?
It's
Right,
like everybody calls in it goons, and that's like the joke. All right, that explains it to me because
So,
I'll be
like-
honest. We were
Hi,
on your
Delana.
side. I used to be in Drone Walkers when SDK was in Drone Walkers in like 2016, and I used to get yelled at because I would say test, and they're like, "Call it Tappy. It's Test Alliance. Please ignore. That's the
Hi.
name." And now and then that became like a derogatory thing. So that was weird.
It's
Well, I
always
just
been
thank
that
you
way.
for clearing
Like
it up.
I don't know, it's just been a bit of a memey bit. Like I was like,
All right.
why are you calling it tappity some guy? And then everybody's like, oh, this is a
That was the
derogatory
best.
term. I
That was a
hate
great
test-
meme, though. I mean,
I know,
that
so
was
now
the
they're all, like, shitting
quickest
Tappy, and I'm
adopted
like-
meme ever.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're all shitting tappy, and it's like, okay, it's like, I'm not too worried.
I mean, it
I
just
mean-
gets
It's-
your
it's-
name out there even more. So
Yeah, well, it's like,
I mean,
oh,
Wiley, I'm so sorry, man, but I kept writing down Tappy in the season minutes.
I saw that.
Listen to me.
lol.
Because it's fucking tappy.
That's it. I love it.
Dirk,
I love
that's
it.
our word. You don't use that word, please.
Yeah, you're not allowed
It
to use
just
that
is.
word.
Hold on.
You're not one of them, Dirk.
I'm not one of them. I'm
racist.
just like one of the people that call it fucking tappy. It's like really
No, that's
cool.
the
It's like
line.
it's actually cool
You
that
don't
they've
have a
got
tappy
another
pass.
name.
Okay, you don't
That's
use the word.
racist.
You're not part of the alliance. It's alliancist, okay?
That's
Like-
racist.
What? Hold on.
Alliances.
They didn't come up with it
Alliancist.
themselves.
That's
right?
alliancist.
Did I just miss that? Did they come up with it themselves? Like, fuck it, we're tappy.
No, our enemies came up with it.
Right.
That's
I know.
what they
Dude,
started.
I'm
That's
not
what they were.
in- I'm not in test. I'm
But
not
it's-
in tappy.
it's
I
literally
just-
the
It's like the
acronym of the
Republicans
alliance
who
name.
refuse to call it the Democratic Party.
But
They
it's
call
not
it the
the ticker.
Democrat Party. That's
It's like,
that's what
whatever,
that is.
whatever. The fact of the matter is, you know what? It is not a terrible term, so therefore you can live with it as
It's
being
literally
like
the acronym.
Eve's slang. Eve's slang is cool as fuck. Is way better
Dirk,
than
if you
Triglavian
call it
stuff.
Tappy, the middle management dino is going to show up at your house and eat your fucking
Dude,
azaleas.
that would be cool too. It's like I don't give
If
a
you
shit.
if you say
Azaleas.
if you say tappy
Not
three
during
times
the
in front of a
corona
mirror,
times, 'cause
middle
I got a
management
gun.
dino appears.
It appears.
And eat your azaleas.
Oh fuck! Just don't come to my front door.
What
Just don't
was
come to
that?
my front door during these Rona times unless you got toilet paper in your hand.
Man,
I don't
my
know.
house
'Cause
was
you're
like
gonna get
Grand
double
Central
tapped.
Station
This
today.
is the
I-
zombie
I
It was
times.
weird.
I had like 3 rolls of toilet paper left when this shit started, and like
No
The-
pun
the di-
intended.
No pun intended.
How,
But
how
hey,
is
oh,
that
but
possibly
what
a
have you
pun?
done
oh, I
since
see what
then?
you're saying. Yeah, what?
Three rolls of toilet paper when the shit started.
I've got
Yeah, yeah.
36 rolls right behind me.
When
But-
the shit
but a
went
bitch
down,
ain't
I had
won.
3 rolls.
I have billions and billions and billions of
I was gonna
frozen
say
toilet
shout out
We've
to
got the
November,
best toilet
who warned me
papers.
that
But
toilet
Dirk
paper
is the
was
Outstanding,
best
garbage.
toilet-
We've got the
toilet
best
paper.
So when I
outstanding
was
toilet
running
paper.
out,
in the world.
literally-
Hands
Nobody,
down,
nobody can
absolutely
compete with
amazing.
a. People
no one's
tell me
toilet
that I.
paper is as good
People
as our
ask
toilet
me
paper.
how I got the
It is
best toilet
absolutely
paper.
outstanding, the best. No matter what, it's the best
It's
toilet
so
paper you'll
beautiful.
ever have in your
So,
life.
I
here's the
actually have
funny
2
thing, though.
questions.
So like,
Look,
Spider
you guys
got
are all
questions.
getting
Spider
let
has
us
loud.
talk
guys.
about my
Hey,
toilet
Let's
Whoa, no, do we go with the around the
The
galaxy?
gentleman from Reykjavik has the floor.
Okay, Wiley, go first, man. You,
Okay, I want to tell
sorry
my
I cut
toilet
you off.
paper story. Okay, so I had 3 rolls left, and the stores were fucking out, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm screwed."
They were oot. They were fucking oot.
They were fucking oot buds.
I wasn't. You guys are all dicks. I was gonna say anything.
Can we not talk about this?
It's
on
no.
Big
Well,
Radio?
it's not oot. It's oat.
Was your toilet
It's-
paper round like
It's
your
not an
bacon?
ooh sound. It's an o.
It
It's oat, not oot.
Anyways,
I was
so
Out.
Oat.
immediately after work the day I realized I need to go get fucking toilet paper, I go, stores are fucking empty. I'm like, fuck. So first thing I do when I get home, I go on Amazon, I order some toilet paper. 1 month delivery expected. I'm like, fuck. But I
You
put
should
the
have bought
order
it right
in
then. Because a
anyways.
month now.
No, here's the funny thing. I fucking ordered on Amazon Prime. 3 days later, my toilet paper fucking shows up. I'm like, never have
You're
I
like,
been so
"Fuck
fucking
yeah."
proud to be a member of Amazon Prime in my life.
There you
By the
go.
way, don't forget to
Jeff
use
Bezos,
Twitch Prime.
save your cornhole.
By the way, don't forget to use your Twitch Prime sub right now.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh,
Sub right now.
look at
All right,
Billy
all right.
propping up his.
Time out.
Hold on,
Spider
we all
wanted
need
to
roll
say
it
two
back.
things.
We all need to roll it back for just a freaking second. And be
Okay.
like, you know
Spider
what?
wanted to say 2 things, Derek, so let him say his 2 things.
I wanted to roll it back to Spider. Dude.
I want my 2.
Don't
Well, I
fight for
just
me.
did it.
Don't fight for me by being Spider's pimp right now.
Stop. With your
Alright, so
frickin' Hitler
first
hair.
of all, I just wanted to ask, Brisk, what are you drinking over there? Seems fancy.
I am drinking
Fireball.
Jameson because I
Oh.
felt like,
It's
a
a good
little
choice.
Irish whiskey tonight.
My man. All right,
About
my
half a
second
bottle
question is,
tonight.
What
Oh,
exactly is this show about? Like, I kind of.
That's a
I don't-
great
I
question.
don't-
Okay.
That's a
Oh,
great
Spider,
this
question.
is-
We don't
this is the
know.
wrong
We
people
have
asked.
no idea.
Oh no! Oh no!
I have been.
Wait,
I have
wait.
been emailing back and forth with him.
Okay, there we go. I was at my bandwidth is chopping up. Okay, so quick breakdown, Spider, of the show is
This is the show.
we're a general talk show about Eve, but we drink while we do it, and we tangent a lot, and so it ends up usually being originally about Eve, and then we go on sidetrack, reel it back to Eve, sidetrack, but it's always just a bunch of
At this
It
point in the
is
night,
random
the fact that
shenanigans.
we're all
It is, as
coherent,
the
Oh, yeah, I
name
love it.
implies.
As the only original member, can I actually be the one that explains it to
Oh,
Spider?
shit.
No, you
Here we
can't.
go.
no,
Flex, but
no,
okay.
Dirk.
The floor
Alright,
does not
alright.
recognize the gentleman.
Just
from
leave
the
it to
because,
us.
because I actually understand the history of where this came from, right?
Right.
It was
Okay,
a corporate
Dirk's the OG.
alliance where, like, every night we were out there doing the things in Eve, mining, ratting, camping gates, that kind of shit. Okay, but like, because it was so boring, because we were in the drone regions, we would also talk about just generally what was happening around Eve, mainly from reading blogs and like listening to podcasts and all that kind of shit. So like we were tuned in. We were like a group of players that were tuned in to what was happening. So therefore we were like talking about it and whatnot.
You were tuned into
And-
what you were doing.
well, no. We were also tuned into at that time what was going on in places that we never would have heard of because we were reading things and listening to things and shit like that. Okay, so that went on for a while, and then we actually moved off into like a different place. Actually, we didn't move off. We were still there at the time when DJ Big Country decided that he wanted to like have a talk show. This is like what we do every night. Without the drinking. The drinking was not a part of just our normal gameplay at the time. But then we did that for a couple of shows and like we're like, yeah, let's have some beverages, and like that was 2011. And then somehow or another we finally fucking got here with like all these extra castmates. Like yeah, Drayden is the earliest one since that time of the original crew.
Dirk's
and
the
whatnot.
oldest than me.
I would say this thing spun out
Then
of
Rain.
open comms, or to be a pod side.
Then
That's really where
hold on.
spun
Actually,
off.
I'm the most
actually,
recent.
LB,
hold on.
then
Actually,
Brisk, but-
I do want
Well, I guess
to
I'm not. I guess
I do want to
Bunny's the
say
most recent.
it did not.
No, Manic's the most
Okay,
recent.
that
Yeah,
was
Eve
not
Radio and pod side. It did too.
Eve Radio came out of
Funny
DJ
management.
Big Country being a just playing music DJ. We hadn't even heard Podside at that point. It wasn't until we had already started doing it that we actually got influenced also by Podside, and maybe that's where the drinks came in and shit. Okay, but they went
That-
later
what
in
you
the
say.
night than we did. This was something where it was just like dudes sitting around playing the game, ratting, mining, defending our little renter system that we had out in the drone lands and things like that.
But you guys were
And talking.
DJ's attempt to be a counter to Podside. That's what it. That's what
It
it's come
wasn't a
from.
count. No, it was not.
It was a
counter
different
to
show.
Podside. We
Oh,
did
not at
not.
first
We
it
did
wasn't.
not.
It
We
was
did
meant to
not
be a direct
actually get
competition
met.
with
We
Podside.
did not actually meet with that until a little bit after. And then I also did that.
DJ
as well
didn't.
and
He
shit
used
like
to
that.
be on Podside.
I
way
know,
before
I
the
know, I
time,
know,
so he
but it
knew about
wasn't
them,
when it
yeah.
it wasn't where it began from. It actually had its own natural route. Like actually for DJ Big Country at the time, his natural route was Funky Bacon. And
Once
he
again,
thought,
another
and
person who was
well,
on
hold on,
Podside.
time out. And he thought Funky Bacon had gotten off into less Eve and too much fucking like
Tinfoil hat
variety
crazy,
show
yes.
type shit. Okay, which now full fucking circle and all that kind of shit. Like I can see how that happens, but no.
When I joined the show,
Podside was different.
When I joined the show, it was after Big
And
Country
we
had passed
weren't
away.
exposed to that.
It was right after Drunk
Shocking.
Canadian left the show. That's when I came on the first
Yeah,
time.
you're so fucking late, dude. You're not even history.
I know.
You're like,
It was
you're
like
like
2018.
modern podcast science.
Totally.
Yeah.
He modeled it off the Clueless Space.
Dirk is the oldest, then me, then Rain. Then we had LB. LB
came and went.
LB took a break from the show. Then we had Brisk come on. LB came back. Then we
take a break, but we're not going to get into that.
Well,
right now.
then we had
That's
Blazing
another-
come on, and then now we
Anyways,
got Manic.
I was trying to give him the heredity of like where it kind of originated. It was people playing Eve and talking about Eve and talking about things they heard around Eve. And DJ Big Country was the guy who sat there and said, "Why don't we just do a fucking show about this?"
Thanks,
And I'm
Commissar,
like,
for the resub, man.
I wasn't even there for the first 2 weeks because I didn't actually believe it would be a thing. Like I'm sitting there going, nobody wants to fucking hear about a fucking bunch of F1 monkeys or whatever the hell we are, like just talking about this shit. And actually, when
Well,
it
except
began,
there were 28 active podcasts when you guys started.
there were, and
Right.
those were the podcasts that
All
we,
about Eve.
in the golden age of like Eve podcasts, were listening to. Freaking Podside.
I know,
Okay?
Clueless Space Nerds.
All that, not clueless
Fuck
fucking
you.
space nerds.
Everyone
no,
loved us.
honestly, the stuff that went back into like 2008, 2007, 2009, those podcasts,
Lost in Eve.
when the only Lost in Eve, these were the things that it was our only communication that we had other than what was being written out there in basically blogs at that point. We hadn't even gotten to the point where things like the Matani.com were in effect, or even Eve News 24 was in effect. And certainly that Crossing Zebras that
Do we,
came out and
we
wasn't
take
in
a break?
effect.
Wolf Glenn wants shots for BC.
All right.
We can do shots for
Yeah,
BC.
yeah, fine. We can
Shots
totally
BC.
Yeah. And also,
because he thought that shit up for Eve Radio, and at the time, hold on, and even the mere fact that I'm talking about Eve Radio means that they were something that
still around,
was
but-
so far way before even how you could subscribe. This was before you could actually subscribe to audio out on your fucking phone.
Yeah.
These people
Shots.
were
Back when
playing
Eve
shit
Radio
and
was still a
paying
thing?
money.
Yeah. EVO still exists, but yeah, they're not as much. But also,
You know
Seneca
why
is
Eve
saying
Radio is not as big as it used to be?
Seneca is
Because people can just buy fucking music from all this
There's a question, Dominic.
reason why
Seneca
Eve
wants to know
Radio
what
is
happened
not
with
as
Clueless
big
Space
as it
Nerds.
used to
They
be
paid
is
copyright
I
money
responded.
back then.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Carol fucking Baskin. That's why.
Holy shit! I just got. I just got added with a paragraph.
Eve Radio paid copyright money back there to be able
Ronnie,
to
what are you doing to me?
broadcast music on their station. They were kind of like the second derivative of a fucking terrestrial radio station. They were paying money out of pocket to be able to broadcast even at that level. They were not going full fucking, rip off Metallica kind of shit.
So,
yeah,
what's the show about tonight?
So
We don't- I have no idea what the show is about.
Dude, I love this. Spider's like, yeah, that's all great. Like, I wasn't. I
We
don't.
never
He's
know.
like, what are we talking about tonight,
He
though?
asked that question and 37 people start answering.
Yeah. So normally we would
Not
have.
being able to go to FanFest.
I do
And
want
the
to say
trailer.
this is Spider. Our origins are back before, you know what? All these other broke motherfuckers just decided they wanted to do a podcast or anything like that. Our origins are back right at the fucking beginning. Before even Twitch video happened.
Before the dark times.
I mean, don't worry, man.
We're like in
I
the
definitely
medieval
appreciate
times
that.
of this shit.
I definitely can appreciate
And I'm
that.
not saying that we have not failed. We totally fucking have. And other people have picked their ball up and like taken it with them and like gone out and done really
your
good
balls
fucking
up.
shit.
Well,
you gotta pick your
All right,
balls
so
up.
Sometimes you just gotta pick your balls up.
Sometimes you just
is-
gotta pick your balls up.
This show will
Like what
always-
else? What else are you gonna do? You can't just leave them there.
Trying to get their
This
split.
show will always and forever be grounded in EVE Online. That's our home base. It's always where we're meant
Pick
to
your balls
be.
up and just slide right into home.
But tonight's show, so
Slide right in.
we
Slip
covered
it
the
in
trailer,
just
and then we were obviously talking about the Quadrant 2 update, and then we also went into there was the EVE New Orleans changes, and there was other
Drayden,
stuff.
are you actually taking this seriously?
Well, he was asked because you like hold on. Spider was saying. So what's tonight's?
The king of taking
What do you
shit
actually
seriously
think
that should
of-
not be
hold on.
taken seriously.
No,
You know what
wait.
We're gonna go around the horn again.
Can I
We're
just
gonna
go
around the
timeout,
horn.
timeout,
You used the term,
timeout?
around
No,
the horn.
let Drayden talk.
Can I just do the timeout,
I want
timeout thing?
everybody to tell us
Time
what
out.
they think about
We'll
the
we'll
video.
do the
Let
around the
Drayden
horn
talk.
after my
I want
timeout.
everybody to tell us what they think about the video.
Okay, I'm starting then. So we're not doing the video thing. So he was asking what's tonight's show about. I was saying that's the earlier stuff. Now there was other stuff we haven't got to. Have we? We haven't even mentioned that they're doing a Plex for Good for Coronavirus Fund. Haven't even mentioned that yet.
What do
We
we
need
think
that
about
for
the video?
next
I want to
week.
see how these people change stories because Spider's
Yeah,
here.
okay.
We haven't talked
Dude,
about
I
how
totally
Pandemic
agree.
Horde has
I was
hired
thinking
Noir
the
to attack
exact same
Bastion.
thing, but I didn't want to say it.
I wanna
Just-
see
There's
what
other
they
news we
think.
haven't
I
even
wanna see
touched
what they
yet.
say when a
I'll
motherfucker is up in here.
I'll say it again.
Completely
The,
agree
the
with you.
trailer, the
trailer video.
trailer was
Check up
visually
Wrecking
beautiful.
Machine with fucking-
Order.
Order in the
visually
court.
beautiful.
Order in the court.
Was a letdown.
Order in the court. So I'm just
I
saying.
feel like I was let down by
We're
the
going.
trailer.
We're going to go through what we did before.
We can't just
So,
repeat
we're
what we did.
gonna-
We already
I
did
don't
that
remember
earlier.
what I
We're going to.
said.
We're going to go through.
He already
the list
heard all of it. He
like
already
we
heard
did.
it all.
Not about
Heard
the
it all. I
video,
just said my same
guys.
shit.
It's 11:10. The show's almost over. Let's
The
do
show's
one
30
round
minutes
of
past,
whatever we
dude.
want to
Spider
talk
needs to go to
about.
bed.
Let's do whatever we want to talk about.
Look
one
how
last
tired he
round
is.
through the names. So, I recognize the gentleman from NC Dot. Talk.
Wait, hold on. I have a question.
You're not NC Dot.
I'm
No,
You have a
go
point
ahead.
of order?
She's not
Go
a-
ahead
she's
with
not
the
a-
question.
She's not a gentleman either.
And you're gonna make Bunny go first again?
Go ahead with
like
the
last
question.
time.
Oh yeah.
Gentlelady
Also, yeah.
from,
There's two gentlemen from
Kansas.
NC Dot. There's
His
two.
opinion is invalid.
I thought you were talking to me, Briss. Sorry. Yeah, Bunny's ahead of me.
He's not even listening.
The gentlelady from Kansas.
Oh, you said we're doing a final whatever we want or the video.
Right. Well, final one, whatever we want.
Okay, continue.
All right. Bunny, you have the floor. Is there anything you want to say at the end of the show?
And pertaining to anything or just
Whatever you want. You have the floor for 30 seconds.
I just got attacked by the worst fucking test bombing run on my Rourke I've ever seen in my life.
They bombed your work.
Yeah, they tried to.
Did they kill it?
But
The
yeah, we
worst
murdered
is
a
in
lot
your
of them.
Rourke is
Anyway,
dead, or like
How'd your
no?
shields hold up?
I'm at 99%. Normally, whenever it comes to the show, I like to describe it as a race between how fast can we get liquor to the point where we can't get through the show notes. That's a good way to explain it. My opinion on the trailer is the
accurate.
same: bright lights, flashy things, blazing, entertained, and
I like it.
And I hate crab fleets.
And you are a sexy
Yeah.
man, are you not?
Very good. All right. The chair reserves his time. The chair recognizes a gentleman from Pennsylvania.
The man from Pennsylvania fucking like reserves his time for later.
You did that
Gentleman
last
reserves-
time.
gentleman-
You don't
chair
get
now
to fucking
recognizes-
back
Dude,
out.
he just reserves it because like I'm just gonna like pull a loophole and just filibuster at the end of this shit. You guys won't be able to stop me.
Gentleman
Tell us what
reserves.
you fucking
Everyone
think.
reserve. Everyone
Yeah,
reserve.
yeah, just
Gentleman
reserve it.
reserves.
No,
Tell us your fucking opinion.
Oh, Briss, can we
The-
filibuster
I
here?
yield in reserve.
Briss, can we
Gentleman
filibuster?
reserves.
The
The chair recognizes
I move to have no reservations.
that motion is not in order. The chairman
Number one, I
recognizes
can marry out my
the
own
gentleman
place,
from
cancel my
Washington
reservation.
State.
Objection.
I object.
Oh, that's definitely me.
This house is bullshit.
I didn't want salmon.
Order.
3 times.
Order.
Order.
The gentleman from Washington has the floor.
Yes. Oh, unfortunately from Washington. God, I hate this state so much, and it's not because of the coronavirus thing. I just don't like living here. That's half of my.
The corona like
No, Idaho's so much better.
That was his last comment.
Yeah, that's my comments, honestly. But no, honestly, I will to go back to the trailer because I know that Spider came in afterwards, and I think he heard a generalization of the government. I liked the trailer. I thought it was entertaining. And when it comes to trailers, I don't find that trailers need to be intuitive. I find that trailers just need to be entertaining and fun to watch and get you hyped about something. And this trailer was fun to watch. My only criticism, and this is literally just me splitting hairs on the thing, is the fight scenes were too quick cutted. They were like showed a quick like half-second cut of a thing and then switched to a new thing and then switched to a new thing and then switched. It's like I wish they would have focused more on like the fighter for a while going through fire and then firing and then like switch like gradually and less than like show half a second scene and then like a 2-second scene, half a second scene. But that's my only nitpick of the thing, and that's not even that bad of a thing because the trailer was fun to watch. So I mean, it's a trailer. It's not meant to be some Nostradamus thing. It's meant to just be fun to watch and entertaining, and it was. So that's my take.
All right, the gentleman yields. The chair will now recognize the gentle lady from Louisiana for her first speech.
What?
Delana, you have the floor.
Delana,
Talk.
what do you want to say?
First of all, I want to get on cam eventually, but we'll get to that. I
Yes,
guess.
we want redheads on cam.
We'll get you on the after show.
Okay.
But just say something.
I got my daiquiri and my pizza, and it's really tasty.
Wait,
There you
I'm
go.
sorry. Who is this?
God bless
Delana.
This is Delana.
Our favorite
of Pandemic
Board member.
Delana.
All right, thank you, Delana. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Canada.
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about the trailer. There's some other things we didn't cover. The Champions of Losec, we got that. Nobody cares about that, though,
We
right?
did touch on that briefly, but very briefly.
Did we really?
About it.
Very briefly.
I don't.
It was
think we
about
talked
20
about
seconds.
Apparently,
not-
all you have to do to win is feed your fucking Titan,
All right,
and
yeah.
oh, guys, it was just.
This doesn't count
Okay.
towards Jeremy's time.
If
LB's time. Fuck.
And then
way to go.
That's it.
I'm bad.
I got fucking
Chair would
nothing.
like
I've
to
already said what I had
admonish
to say with the
members to
trailer.
please do not dox other members of the chat.
Whatever, Brian.
That is something
Shenanigans.
Gentleman from
actually
Canada.
should Brian, coming from the chair that
He has told me that his
Shenanigans.
Eve-based
Don't
Twitter
shit, you'll
has
get
his
removed.
name in it, so it's not a big deal. But I do fuck up and do that all the time.
It happens, AA Ron.
Brian
Go ahead.
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
Canadian.
I've already put my name in the thing, so.
I yield the rest of my time. I got nothing. Oh, I just
Yeah.
finished Precursor Frigate level 5, so I'm
Boom!
pretty
Yeah!
Miracle
Congrats.
Hey!
Shot.
Shot to precursor.
Like
Gentleman
shots
yield
for
back.
skill training?
Gentleman yields
I'm not
back.
doing
The chair.
shots
The
with
chair
that.
yields.
Dude,
himself
I'm gonna
to
make a
something
new
they
all.
consume.
We're doing shots every 30 seconds.
I am very excited. Yesterday, I finally hit Precursor Dreadnought 5, so now I have perfect trig skills yet again because the trig ships are the best in the game. Thank you, CC Perais, for making them. Thank you.
All right, who's next on the list?
The gentleman recognizes.
What is
The
the-
chair
hold on.
recognizes.
Time out,
the chair
time out.
recognizes-
Well, no, there's no
recognize
timeout on
my
the
own
chair.
time for 1 second.
Suspend.
Why does the fucking cap always fall to the back of the table?
It always does
Science.
because that's what happened. It's called gravity.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my
Science.
The gentleman from Pennsylvania is yielded. The gentleman from Utah is recognized.
I am concerned that coronavirus is delaying The Matrix 4 and John Wick 4.
Yeah, what's Keanu Day gonna happen with?
Top Gun.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that those are still on because I've already scheduled the time off for both films. I've taken the whole day off.
I did too.
Also, speaking of 4, I am excited for Clear Skies number 4.
Yes.
Ooh, we did not talk about that at all. We didn't even talk about the
Didn't talk about
marathon.
that at all.
Take back
Yeah.
my time for 5 seconds. Are you still fucking excited for it? In
Look,
2
I will
years?
tell you, look, I'll
Yeah.
tell you this right now. Manic and I talked about. We were like.
Brisk,
back-
And then I yield and
Stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop.
Okay, all right, all right, all right.
It's-
all right.
Don't jinx it. Don't
I won't,
fucking
I won't.
jinx it.
Okay, I won't say anything. I won't say anything. All right. Gentleman from Utah yields. The gentlelady from Iowa is now recognized.
DM me your friend code so I can come steal your fruit. Just kidding, Alex. Should be really nice. But no, I think I can touch on Kings of Losec / Champions Losec. So Snuff won. They got a Titan kill, I believe, like second or third day from ending. Complete. Also, they second place was Wangs, who actually did really, really good at getting a bunch of dread brawls. But I mean, that's what happens when Wangs and stuff just have dread brawls all week. So that's obviously inflating them. But I think it was really great seeing CCP give some love to Losec. I really appreciate that. I wonder how long the flag is going to last on the top of the CCP office. It'll be really great to see that happen. Hint,
I
hint.
hope somebody steals it.
I
That would
take
be
back
fun.
my time for like 5 seconds for what she said and sitting there going, who cares about a flag or even what fucking they did in Low
It's not like I care about that.
I
because
yield back
my
my time
alliance didn't
and
win or
reserve.
anything. Fuck competitions. Like, we don't need that. This queen don't need a king.
There you go.
Yikes.
Gentlelady from Iowa has her time has expired. We now recognize the distinguished gentleman from Reykjavik.
Wait, is that me?
I guess I assume you live in
Yeah.
Reykjavik because that's the only place in
You're
Iceland that I
literally
know.
the only one.
Alright,
So-
well, if I have to send any message out, I'm just gonna have to say, guys, we have the Plex of Good going on right now. We are going on for a very, very good cause, and I'm just gonna have to ask from every one of you to contribute. We're gonna get through this together. Yeah, that's about it. You know,
I did
let's
want
see,
to
guys.
ask about that. The article that was
Take
posted.
back your time,
wait,
then,
hold on.
unless
no,
you have
seriously.
exhausted
Chair
it.
recognizes
Dirk.
a gentleman from
So-
Utah for a question.
Seriously. So regarding Plex for Good, there was a video posted in that article about an in-game face mask, which I thought was actually really funny and
Yeah.
really cool. So is that being given out as a reward for people who donate, or how do we obtain that?
It's being worked on right now. We haven't really, figured out or really nailed anything down with it. We want to do something with it, of course. I guess just stay tuned for now is unfortunately the only thing I can give you right now. But I mean, definitely we want to do something with it because it's cool and it's I mean, I personally would buy it, and yeah, it's just stay tuned and we'll figure something out. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Very good. Chair recognizes the gentleman from Iowa.
I got much. Trailer was awesome. I liked it. That was pretty cool. And I love being a member of the most spoiled gamer group in all of the gaming community.
Here.
That's us and Eve. Yes. Gentleman yields. Chair recognizes the gentleman from New Orleans if he wishes to make a final statement.
Yeah, I just want to say, I know the trailer and all that stuff is like everyone's talking about. I want to give some props to CCP with them working with us on the events. CCP Convict and CCP Dopamine have been really, helping us out as we go along and help we figure shit out. So I want to give props to CCP for continuing to help us out, support us. We're all doing these players stupid shit and trying to get drunk with everyone, and they're really involved with it. So I want to just thank them for that. And also, go to New Orleans.
Can I speak up real quick?
Gentleman from Reykjavik is recognized.
Yeah, I'll make sure to pass that on. It's great to hear that we're doing our part, and it's keep on kicking ass, my dude.
Chair now recognizes a gentlelady from Kansas.
I guess I'll just do my normal shout outs to my people. Corky for joining the correct corporation after way too long. Welcome, and I love you. Mr. Fappuccino, I love you. Pando, everyone. Mr. Brisk, of course, and all of my Init people. You guys are the best. And if anybody wants to come chill, I am so goddamn bored on isolation. Please message me on Discord or something so I don't pull my fucking hair out. I am looking for things to do. So for the love of God, save my life. That's it.
Go Cyclones.
Thank you, gentlelady from Kansas. I would like to recognize myself for such time as I may consume. I am very pleased to see that the gentleman from Canada and the gentleman from Washington State both are petting their cats. And I think
That's
everybody
adorable.
in the audience needs to go and hug their cats tonight, because
hug your pussy.
hug it,
I'll be doing some.
because you know who wants to take those cats away from you?
Jesus.
The
Carol
Rona.
fucking
It's all about
Baskin.
the finger
That
technique.
bitch
It's all
Carol
the.
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
That
Carol
bitch
Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
I swear, everybody on that show looks inbred. I haven't watched
Dude,
it, but
we
I'm
only
just
watched-
assuming.
I've only watched the
I'm
first
assuming
episode.
that everybody on there is a product of
My
incest.
wife and I watched the first episode, and we were like, "This is the weirdest shit I have ever seen
my
in
God,
my
it's
entire
amazing.
life." So if you guys have not watched
I
Tiger King, you
I-
gotta at least watch the
I
first
refuse-
episode.
I
When
refuse
you
to
go
watch
to
it.
Sonic, do you want the normal size hot dog or the foot long? I mean,
It's
come
just-
on.
I
It's just
retake
fun.
my
What?
rights. I retake my rights that I yielded and reserved.
The gentleman,
Cock-sucking
The
fucktwats.
the chair recognizes the gentleman from Pennsylvania.
Oh my god.
That does not count for what I said tonight.
That
What
was
just
Maybe
happened?
another night.
Oh my
That wasn't even
We went from 0 to hero in like half a second.
When did you
Whatever.
guys get that?
I have reserved
you get that?
my fucking conch.
Is that's how
That
you
is
want?
bad.
That's how you want to use your time, sir.
You guys killed Spider.
I
You totally fucking killed Spider with
I
the
want-
salad.
He's dying. Oh my
I
god.
want to absolutely. My time is not started.
Well, you
Gentleman
just
has
well,
the
you used
floor.
about half.
Gentleman Pennsylvania has the floor.
The gentleman has the fucking floor. You know what? This is how we're gonna fucking do it. Robert's rules are how we're gonna fucking do it. Either go back and fucking read it next
Who
week.
the fuck is Robert?
Yeah,
No,
that's
this
a
is
good
not
question.
Nobody knows who Robert is. Nobody
We
gives
are
a
following-
shit. His rules are what rules.
We are
Okay?
following Mr.
It's not
Jefferson's
fucking
rules
Dirk's rules, okay?
in this house.
It is.
I'd like to.
Mr.
I
Jefferson's
do want
rules in
to.
this
I
house.
do want to say this. I want to thank everybody who was here tonight. Everybody, okay? Even fucking Billy, who's like,
Even Billy.
Shit, I just
He's
can't
not here
say
anymore,
shit."
but
Even
It's
Bill.
like I don't give a shit. Even fucking Billy, okay? Rain when she got all emotional, which is like how women get when they're in government and stuff.
that's
like that.
sexist.
But like,
Wow.
Wow. Wow, Dirk. You,
Wow.
This is the main show. You can't say
Wow.
that.
but
Thank
I do
God
wanna
Rain didn't
say-
hear you
I
say
do
that. or
wanna
she'd
say,
Yeah,
you know
it
what?
would've been a
you up.
nightmare.
None of you people should be
holding my
reading
tongue.
off of the whole fucking stream out there about like what's going on with their freaking video and how they roll it out there. It's like, you know what? Be proud of the video. Be proud of how they rolled it out. Be proud of how they
It was
rolled
fun
it
to
up on you.
watch.
Be
That's the point of it,
unproud
right?
about What
It
the
was
CSM
very
motherfuckers
pretty.
actually
It's
said.
fun
Hey,
to
hey,
watch,
watch
and
It
that's
was
this
a
video.
very nice looking trailer.
That
was
isn't
great.
that the point of
And
trailers to be
then-
fun to
and
watch?
then
Oh, you
more,
dirty
more than
hypocrites.
anything else, more than anything else that ever came from what this show ever meant, be proud that CCP Spider was like, you know what? I'll try this shit out. I'll
He
give it
came
a
on,
sample.
said
And
hi.
I swear to God,
I'm proud to be a
I
part of this
hope he
community.
comes back.
Me too.
He's
I-
gonna be
well-
on the show
community
on
so
Monday,
much.
but yeah, thanks
Now,
for
now that he's had a
No,
taste, now that he's had a
no,
taste, it's like never again.
I have not yielded my time to you, bitches.
Spider's never coming back on
Gentleman
this
from
show.
Pennsylvania has the
Fuck
floor.
you up
I
the ass,
do
Dirk.
want you to know that you
Fair
know
enough.
what? What we have to say here tonight is to bring you, the people out in the fucking audience, in, as well as maybe one guy from fucking CCP who's like, fuck yes, I just want to hang out for that shit.
I would like to
And
say
if,
that
and if the
I
rest
would
of
like
you
to
want to
thank.
get all angry and shit, it's like, whatever. Do your shit, but do it fucking elsewhere. Shot.
Shot.
I say shot,
I
shots.
love that, just to recap, Dirk spent his 3 minutes talking to shit on women and suck up to CCP and kiss their ass.
All I would like
Whatever.
to say right now
I
is
gotta play to the masses. How about
We should
how
all-
about sucking that clitoris?
we should all be happy that Miranda has bought
Jesus.
2 tickets to the gun show.
Yeah, look at those
Point out
guns.
that,
You know I
despite
would-
everything,
Yes.
I'll definitely
That's
be
it.
happy to show up sometime in the
Okay,
future.
well, so here's the thing, Spider. Thank you so much for coming on.
Seriously, Spider. I know
And
you
you're
know
always
who
welcome.
The fuck I am. I know who you are. But like honestly, we are not just like show of bullshit artists. Like we're not sitting there.
Well,
We're not.
Come
hold
on,
time
come
out, time out.
on.
We are not talking in stations just trying to like pet people on the fucking head and shit like that.
Oh,
we're
no.
here to just hang.
We're not
with
here to
other-
kiss
with
ass
other
like talking
players,
in
with other
stations.
players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. I know
Okay,
that feeling. I
we're
mean,
not
I-
asking for the hardcore coming from there. We're just like
Manic,
talking
you
about
have
like
to use
definitely not
just
coherent
talk
enough.
shit.
Trying and stay.
Dirk,
yeah,
trust
so-
me, buddy. I am here to talk the shit about
This
the
is why I
game
love
and
you.
nothing else. All
Spider,
right.
Right.
I fucking love
Spider,
you.
love
thank
you,
you for
Spider.
joining
now
us.
and talking in stations.
Seriously,
I'm saying
thank
that.
you for joining
Yeah,
us.
thank you for coming. Yeah, because the show basically this is a hangout show that we hang out and talk about Eve. Well, we try to. So yeah,
I'm all for
anytime you
that.
want to come on, you are more than
sometimes we talk
welcome.
about
Just if you want to save the TeamSpeak address, if you just pop in the thing and poke us, we'll drag you up anytime. So
Absolutely. I'm all for it. I'll be here when I can. All right.
sounds great.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Spider. We appreciate it.
I just want to say something real quick.
Go for it.
Do we
Go.
should totally give him the after show
Dirk,
and
shut
just
up.
tell him to like come out as like
Well,
a different name?
yeah,
Shut
we
up.
do have an after show if you want to
Hold
stick
on,
around,
hold on.
Spider. But
Hold on,
it's
we do have, like come in as a different name.
It's
We're gonna
like
listen to
3
The
in the
Who
morning where
and
he
shit
is.
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Look
It's a
at him,
different.
he's
It's a different
exhausted.
channel.
Dude,
Sleep.
he's not exhausted. Look at
Well,
his flow.
We'll get to you, Dylan, in one second.
He's so tired.
Yeah.
Wait,
Anyway.
there's an after show.
Don't blame it
There's
on
an
me.
after
Yes.
show. It's
Don't
a
blame it
different.
on fucking me.
Shut up.
Spider, we
Let
are
Delana
half an hour
talk.
over our normal
Motherfucker.
Let
time.
Yeah.
Delana talk.
Dirk,
What's
Dirk,
Delana
shut-
wants to talk about?
Yeah, Delana, go.
Gentle lady
Alright.
from New Orleans is recognized.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do our thing for Eve New Orleans. So as best we can, we'll figure it out. But also, eventually, we're gonna bring it back to Reykjavik, and we're all gonna party. Cause I was really
Fuck
sad about
yes.
this week. I cried myself to sleep last night, hugging my bottle of Brennivin. We're gonna get back.
Fucking
Do
A.
it.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, here's our
Dude, if I
20
said
Hey.
fucking A one night,
FanFest
what would you guys
2021.
say?
Shots to
fucking A
FanFest
doesn't
21
carry anybody.
2021. FanFest 2021. Shots.
Damn, boy,
Uh,
he's thick.
what is it?
Fuck you, handle like goddamn Tito's. What? Are we not going out of this show right now?
Yeah, so we're gonna close it out.
All right.
I want to say,
LB.
I wish there was a fade out because I would just do that.